Thank you for logging on to this broadcast on wellscountyvoice.com. Since the onset of COVID-19, we have all had to experience social distancing. And this is true with high school sporting events. Our school administrators are doing their best to keep our kids, teachers, administration, and their families healthy. We are honored to be a part of the solution to contain and overcome this, as well as promote our student athletes. We wouldn't be able to bring this broadcast to you if it wasn't for our sponsors you hear throughout the broadcast. Please shop their businesses, use their services, and tell them thank you.
And welcome to the Courtyard. Regular season finale is moments away here in Austin on a gorgeous night for Friday football. We've talked about it week in and week out. We've had excellent weather all season long. Tonight we'll be in the upper 40s in a very typical Week 9 setup here at the Courtyard. A late arriving crowd and a good contingent of Columbia City fans have made the trip. Just shy of an hour down 9 and then 224. Real easy drive from Columbia City. And, Bo, we should have a good one. These two teams are combined 13-3. And I think coming into the season, I don't think either one of us would have said either of these teams would be close to the records they're sitting at right now going into the final week.
Yeah, exactly. Norwell shocked us a lot this year with their level of play, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Going into the season, we both kind of knew Norwell's defense was going to be stout, as they were last year. Didn't really lose much of anybody coming into this year, but the offense has really surprised me so far. As we're entering here the season finale, Norwell's offense is just surprising.
Derek Decker alongside Christian Bohatti here tonight. You are listening to the Billy Ann Supper Pub pregame show. Billy Ann Supper Pub is your local source for Tex-Mex American food and some of the best burgers in the area located in downtown Bluffton. We certainly appreciate them alongside all of our sponsors here that have made this season possible. Amazingly, I think, there was a lot of concerns whether we were going to actually make it to this point in the season, and we certainly have, and it has been really, really good and really rewarding to see Norwell football play all of their 9 regular season games. And, as of right now, the sectional game, of course, got moved to Saturday night. That'll be played next Saturday here at the Courtyard. Norwell taking on Heritage, who they beat 35-7 in the regular season and will be heavily favored. Again, Heritage dealing with some COVID issues of their own. So a lot to talk about as we head into tonight. Columbia City, of course, it's worth noting that they will have a return trip back to East Noble, who they played 2 weeks ago and lost 27-10. This is a Columbia City offense that has scored just 2 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks after averaging 34 points a game in the last 6. And, Bo, this is a common critique of this Columbia City squad. This year they did not have any bad losses in the first 6 weeks. Their schedule always gets tough towards the end of the season. They finish with New Haven, East Noble, Leo, and Norwell every year. And this Norwell team has, established itself now as a real quality opponent towards the end of the year. So you're kind of seeing the same pattern that we've seen the Eagles take in the past several years.
Exactly. It's the gauntlet for Columbia City. They go through, the first 6 games of the season, 5 games of the season thinking, hey, we have a really good team this year. And I'm not saying they don't, but at the same time, you're playing a weaker level of opponents as you would your last 3 or 4 games of the season. And I think that's why we see their offense kind of lacking the past 2 weeks in efficiency, because they're playing better defenses. They're not used to playing the stout defenses from East Noble and Leo, and they're surely going to see another one tonight, Derek.
It's worth noting, Bo, that Columbia City was tied with Leo at 7 at halftime in last week's game. Of course, Norwell had a big lead, 28-0 going into the break. And this is a Norwell team that, frankly, hasn't played in any close games save for one. And you could count Leo as it was kind of close. It was 14-0, but Leo was the far more dominant team in that game. The only other close game Norwell played, they trailed 17-0 in the first quarter, and then came back and scored a couple touchdowns en route to a 21-17 comeback win. So I think this has a legitimate chance to be a good test for Norwell heading into sectional week to get some reps in some more possessions that might actually mean something instead of being up 28 all the time.
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting to see how Columbia City and Norwell, for that matter, handle themselves, especially going into the second half. It'll probably be a close game. I expect a tight game tonight, but at the same time, you don't really want to have any season-ending injuries, right, for your starting varsity players, especially in smaller schools like Norwell and Columbia City, to where you may not have a lot of depth at each position.
Let's talk about that a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how each team uses their top players tonight. Obviously, as you said, Norwell's still playing without Luke Graff and without John Colbert tonight, a pair of starters. Columbia City has everybody healthy, as far as we know, and their star quarterback, Greg Bolt. But, this in the grand scheme of things, while Norwell wants to establish itself, I was talking to Coach Wagner earlier today, and, wants to establish itself as a quality team and proving that they can win without its top receiver going into sectional week. But at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, this game doesn't mean a lot to either club from an NE8 standing standpoint. Obviously, unless Leo were to falter somehow at DeKalb tonight, we expect that to be a blowout. We'll definitely be checking on that. If Leo loses, technically the conference is still hanging in the balance. Norwell could draw a share. Now, Leo would hold the tiebreaker, but in the Northeast state, that doesn't matter. Everybody gets a trophy. So for what it's worth, it is, it's worth noting something like that, considering Leo is in sole possession and in the driver's seat in the conference right now. But how do you handle players tonight, especially if this thing becomes a blowout, one-sided, early in the second half?
Well, I think you see Coach Josh Gerber take out his players a lot earlier than he maybe has in recent weeks, especially if
they didn't come out until 90 seconds left last week.
Yeah, I mean, if it becomes a blowout like that this week, then I expect to not even see them play the second half if it's 28-0 going into the and I think that's almost an ideal situation for this Norwell football team.
So this Norwell team has been dominant on the ground, is really where they've made their hay. But what's made them a good team and a diverse team is their ability to throw through the air in the past 5 or 6 weeks. We really thought this was going to be a run-heavy team through a couple weeks. They were last week due to Huntington North's frank inability to stop the run with really any resistance whatsoever. But this Columbia City team presents a different kind of challenge. It's a Norwell team, I think, that's going to have success offensively tonight. The Eagles are not getting a ton of stops, but Norwell will be challenged through the air with that quarterback, Greg Bolt, that we mentioned just a moment ago.
Yeah, and I think as you talk to defensive coordinator Matt Taylor, as they're just going to bull rush Bolt all night tonight, and what'd you say he challenged them to?
7 sacks.
7 sacks tonight, and you said they have 8 on the season, Norwell does, for that defense. So I'd expect to see a lot of blitzing tonight I mean, Coach said so we got to believe it, right? And so I think key to stopping Bolt is probably trying to get him flustered, making sure he does not get comfortable in the pocket. Because as I've seen in warm-ups, he has a great arm. And I'm sure against Leo, Columbia City had 4 turnovers last week against that Leo defense, and we know how stout they are. But
I think you're right, Bo, and I think you're onto something there. I think what Norwell's going to try to do is stretch him out to the sidelines and really get him uncomfortable. Now, when Norwell does, if they have success making him uncomfortable, that's when the question becomes, what will Columbia City do in response to that? Will they pull him? Because, again, this game doesn't really mean anything. Even though both these teams have had really nice regular seasons, it only means something to Norwell, and that's a very long shot. And realistically, I mean, neither one of these two teams are going to win the conference. But Greg Bolt is a kid that's 6'5", 215. I think 215 is probably a little bit on the conservative side. This is a husky kid and can bowl you over. He leads the team not only in passing yards, obviously, but in rushing yards as well, averaging 79 yards a game on 112 carries on the season. 8 touchdowns on the ground, 17 touchdowns through the air. So this Bolt kid is basically a do-it-all for the Eagles.
Yeah, and what the stats are telling me is everything runs through Bolt. So it's interesting to see if the coaches do decide to take him out, what the Columbia City offense would look like, as he's pretty much their offense. So we'll see how the game pans out, and we'll see how Norwell is able to try to contain him from running, because, I mean, who knows? You flush him out of the pocket, you know he's going to take off with it.
To be fair, Norwell has the best rush defense in the Northeast State, giving up just 78 yards a game and 43 yards a game through the air. This is by far the most stout defense in terms of numbers. We think Leo might have been a little better. Obviously, Leo owned Norwell in Week 3. But as a collective whole, Norwell's been better defensively by the numbers. So whatever happens for Columbia City, it's likely not going to come easy. Again, Norwell is missing John Colbert and Luke Graff, but that doesn't really matter in the running game so much as it does through the year. Knowing that, here's something else we've kind of touched on all season long. Norwell's inability to convert consistently on third down offensively. They've been great defensively, but last week Huntington got 6 of 14, almost 50%. Norwell on the season, even after that, is only giving up 22%. So Huntington had some success on third downs, and they converted a couple of fourth downs as well. What can Norwell do to kind of draw back into what they've done all season long, stuffing teams on third and fourth down?
I think success on first and second down for Norwell's offense and defense, for that matter. Success defensively would look like stopping them first and second down, making third down hard for that Columbia City offense. And on the other side of the ball for Norwell's offense, success on first and second down has been frequent this year for Norwell's offense, and we see third down conversions happen a lot easier when it's 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 5 for that matter, compared to 3rd and 12. So I think silly penalties early on in drives and silly penalties, on first and second down can kill a drive. So I think Norwell needs to eliminate those tonight as well.
Norwell ranked number 9 in the AP poll this week in Class 3A, and they are in the top 10 as well in the Sagarin ratings. That comes along with Concordia, who right now in the Sagarin is the favorite to win the sectional. We'll be talking about sectional 27 and previewing Norwell's game against Heritage next week. Still unsure about exactly what the broadcast setup is going to look like for that. We hope to have that for you here on The Voice, as well as the rest of the tournament games as long as Norwell survives. Norwell, of course, taking on Heritage. It's a team that's going to be depleted, but let's kind of focus in again here on Columbia City's defense. This is the Eagles team that is averaging, or has a combined total of 69 tackles for loss on the season. That is far and away the most in the Northeast State. So this is a team that's going to get up on you, and they really swallow up the run. They do a good job of shutting down the run early, but it's kind of a boomer-bust defense. They give up almost 150 yards on the ground, and that spells trouble against a Norwell team that has gotten more healthy, although less deep in its running back stable.
Yeah, if Norwell's running the trap as successful as they did last week against Huntington North, that's going to kill Columbia City getting upfield. I mean, you have a pulling lineman in Zach Christensen who just flat-out pancakes people on that trap play, maybe on a counter play, and the run plays up the middle are hard to stop when you're flying upfield, especially with D ends or something like that. And I'd expect Norwell to take quite a bit of shots downfield tonight as quarterback Eli Riley, and if he gets the ball off, I think Norwell's going to have plenty of success tonight. Well, thanks for joining us on the Billy Ann Supper Pub pregame show. We'll keep it here and keep it as we head towards kickoff. We're inside of 90 seconds until kickoff here tonight. Norwell and Columbia City. The Herald prediction has Norwell winning this game 28-21, and so it projects a good game as well. This is a Norwell team, as we said, has the number 2 scoring defense in Class 3A, almost the best, just a couple tenths of a point average behind that top-ranked team. And so Norwell is very much in the running for one of the best defenses in the entire state in Class 3A. So you've got a couple of teams coming in here. Columbia City's 4A, obviously. Norwell will be making the jump to 4A next year based on enrollment. So, this might be, depending on, you never know. Actually, I would argue back several years ago when Norwell was in sectional 20, it was actually an easier sectional than it was in 27 because you had Frankfurt, Marion in there. You had New Haven in there, but the year Norwell won, Columbia City actually took down New Haven. That's right. And then Norwell went to Columbia City and beat them down. So this has and something else we haven't talked about here in the pregame. This Norwell and Columbia City game every single year, and knowing that it's the last in football, especially, and knowing their sectional opponent, it's tough. I mean, as a former player, I know it's tough that you maybe look to the next week as, if you lose this game, it really has no implications on next week. I mean, you always want to win for some momentum and stuff like that, but you know who your opponent is next week in Heritage for Norwell, and they know they can get Heritage, so I'd look for them to maybe have a little trouble throughout tonight as staying focused on tonight, but we'll see what happens.
All right, so Norwell wins the toss to first, so they'll put their best foot forward and throw the defense on the field to start us off here tonight. It is worth noting Norwell is without Josh Scott, the normal kickoff man. Austin DeLeon will handle all of the special teams duties save for the punting unit, which will continue to be Eli Riley. DeLeon is a guy that's had a tremendous season on extra points this year, 34 of 35, 2 of 3 on field goal attempts as well. Both these teams do have a kicker. We were kind of scouting out Garrett Kleffecker in the in the pre-ups. There's an average-sized crowd here on the Norwell side. It's a an evening where we've got temperatures hovering right around 50 degrees. We'll be falling through the 40s here tonight. Derek Decker alongside Christian Bohada. We've been with you all season long, and we're happy to be with you here on Week 9 in what is a bit of an unexpectedly high-caliber matchup here between Norwell and Columbia City. Austin DeLeon is on to kick it off for the Knights. A couple of guys deep back for Columbia City in Hunter Heron and the dynamic TJ Bedwell, who does have a 92-yard kickoff return for a touchdown here on the season. Now, this is with the wind as Norwell will move right to left to start things off here tonight. This was with the wind in pregame, and DeLeon in warm-ups was kicking against the wind. So that's worth noting as DeLeon puts his left foot into it. It's a high, short kick. It's going to come to rest near the 20, but a whistle blows and shuts us down.
It's going to be a false start there on Norwell. And that can happen with the new kicker. He's maybe not as timely as Josh Scott was, as this kickoff team's used to Josh Scott running up. So,
well, you know, we've actually had a couple of games this year get off to a kind of a funky start. We've seen a kickoff return for a touchdown. Isaiah Breggy ripping one back over 80 yards against DeKalb en route to a Norwell 50-0 win just a couple of weeks ago. In fact, that was the last time we were here at the Courtyard. Norwell coming off that 30-14 win over Huntington North last week, and Columbia City riding back-to-back losses after winning their first 6 games of the season. Those 2 losses coming at East Noble and at home against Leo. So we'll do this thing again. Now back at the 35-yard line, so should be decent field position for Columbia City to start their first drive. DeLeon, this is a better and deeper kick towards the sideline. Actually gets this one inside the 15 as they hand it off on the return, as they've got a little bit of a lane out there, and they come out near the 30-yard line, just shy of it. So really a pretty good job all in all of Norwell's coverage, handling a little bit of an unexpected twist there by Columbia City on the return and mitigating the false start penalty they had on the original kickoff.
Really, that was a better kick than the original kickoff. Right. It took him back all the way to about the 10-yard line. The first one maybe caught at about the 20, so
all right.
Kick for DeLeon.
So here is the much-mentioned and much-anticipated Greg Bolt. Wears number 4 for these Columbia City Eagles, and by far the man to watch on this Eagle team, as he takes a snap out of the shotgun on the first play, and it's play action, and then it was a fake, and he keeps it, gets across the 32-yard line, pick up a 4 on first down to set up second and medium.
Yeah, I'd expect to see a lot of zone reads out of the gun here for Columbia City. Not really huddling up, kind of going to a little no huddle, a little faster pace, as maybe they saw Huntington North have a little success last week.
Yeah, Huntington was one of the first teams, save for New Haven, to kind of do that against Norwell all season long. Play action again this time. Bolt on the run, and he throws it out here wide, and it's caught on the run. And a first down, I believe, as Columbia City moves the chains for the first time tonight. Jackson Moore, the junior tight end, on the reception, and they've got themselves a first down, a catch-up run on 7.
That's what we mentioned in pregame, and Christensen was in the backfield there. It's a nice job of him getting some good pass rush, but Bolt rolls out of the pocket, makes a great play.
So Columbia City gets a first down on their first drive. Decent field position now out near the 40-yard line. Handoff goes to the running back, Abe Barrera, and he picks up a couple. Barrera is the second most carried guy on this team, as he's well behind the 112 carries Bolt has gotten coming into tonight's game. Pretty generous spot, gets him out to the 42 to set up second down at 7.
Expect to see maybe an inside linebacker blitz here. They look for a zone read from Columbia City offense from what I've seen so far here.
Very tough Norwell linebackers, as this is a keeper, and Bolt swallowed up this time. Blake Hafley coming in to make the tackle alongside Brody Boland. No gain, got back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be third down and 7 for Columbia City.
Yeah, that play's interesting to me. That's the second time they've ran that. I keep saying a zone read, but it doesn't look like he's reading much. I think it might just be more of just faking the handoff to get some linebackers moving the other way, and then Bolt just keeps it up the middle. I think it's more of just a design run up the middle for Bolt.
That's a good call, Bo. I don't think it's a true read play, as he's got 2 back there. He's got an H-back back there in the face of TJ Bedwell. Play action. Bolt looking to throw. Goes deep ball over the middle. Bedwell caught! Bedwell's going to go the distance for a touchdown! TJ Bedwell, 58 yards from Greg Bolt, and the Eagles strike first on the road.
Not sure who the corner out there was, but, you know, he had him. He had about 5 yards on him from the jump of the route. So, great ball by Bolt.
And Columbia City is able to go over the top. We talked about Norwell's struggles stopping Huntington North last week on 3rd down, and that was 3rd down and relatively long, 3rd and just shy of 7 yards, and they go over the top on a deep post, and there it is as Columbia City, we talked about the big playability, and the Eagles are on the board first, so Norwell's going to face some adversity here, and I think this is a good thing for this Norwell team to face. The kicker on for Columbia City, I think, was Kleffiker, and it was, and he puts it through. So the Eagles are on top 7-0. Let's take a break and return on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Kathy Peterson of the Steffen Group is part of a select group of real estate and auction professionals that are changing the game of how real estate and auction transactions are handled. With a strong background in customer service, Kathy believes helping people is the most precious gift she can give and is committed to being a partner with her clients through the entire transaction. Contact Kathy Peterson at the Steffen Group at 824-6353 or drop her a message at Kathy, Cathie.Peterson at SteffenGRP.com.
All right, back here at the courtyard, 9:45 left in our opening quarter. Bo, that's not something we've seen much this year. Columbia City beats Norwell over the top on the first drive. Norwell's basically only gotten beat like that over the top on a big ball deep in one game, and that was New Haven in the early parts of the third quarter.
Yeah, it's tough to see, too, because it was a relatively 3rd and long. I mean, it's 3rd and 7, and Norwell's got to be expecting the pass. You just can't get beat deep in that situation.
And remember, Norwell is without its 2 corners tonight in Luke Graff and Sean Colbert. Both those guys are not available for Norwell here tonight, so it'll be a rotation. You'll get Klein Neuenschwander in there, Leighton Bailey, Miles Babcock, Jace Cheney will team up to cover those 2 spots. And then the always trusty safety group of Bo Morgan and Eli Riley, who both have tons of experience back there. As Garrett Kleffiker is on to kick this one away. Kleffiker is averaging 57 yards a kickoff, so a pretty good leg, as that one is deep towards the left pylon. Comes out to the 10-yard line where it has a chance to be a Norwell return. Leighton Bailey cuts it to the left, cuts it to the outside, being chased down out near the 40-yard line. Excellent return of 32 yards to set Norwell up on their own 42-yard line.
Leighton kind of making up for getting beat there. I think he was the corner on that play. We'll have to check that, but kind of making up there. That's a nice return there by Leighton.
All right, so now we see the senior quarterback Eli Riley, who is 60 of 104, about a 60% completion percentage on the year. That's one of the best in the Northeast State. 902 yards, 12 touchdowns, averaging $113 through the air a game and averaging almost 50 yards a game on the ground each night. He's got Max Ringer back there, who went for 206 last week against Huntington North on the road. 21 carries, 2 scores, and he gets the ball on first down here. Has a little bit of a gash, twists out of one tackle, and then is finished off near the 48-yard line as the linebacker, Trayton Lamont, who leads this Columbia City team in tackles with 61, is in on the stop for the Eagles.
Norwell had success establishing a run game last week as, well, I'd probably call that more than success last week, but I'd look for him to try to establish that early on as well. It's good to see Max Ringer in there.
Second down, Ringer back there with Riley. It's designed to be a screen pass. It was a pump fake by Riley, as, you know, it didn't appear like Breggy turned his head quick enough, and Norwell was a little bit off beat on that, but they get a couple of yards anyway and set up third down and short.
Great decision by Riley. Columbia City
Stuck
player.
with the play.
Columbia City player limping off.
That's Trayton Lamont, the linebacker who made the stop on the first play. That's big, as again, we mentioned that is the tackle leader for Columbia City, and he's hobbling off near the 30-yard line out of play. 3rd down and 1 for Norwell here on the Columbia City 48-yard line on their first drive. Just over 3 minutes into this one, Columbia City a 58-yard strike over the top to T.J. Bedwell, the team's leading receiver, to get the Eagles on the board. Ringer gets the ball, and he is pushed back. No gain for Max Ringer. Might have lost half a yard. They'll be generous and get him back to that 48-yard line. And interesting decision here as Norwell, it appears, is going to punt.
That is interesting as they're just cross the 50-yard line into Columbia City territory. Only 1 yard to go. Tough decision. Tough decision.
T.J. Bedwell, we talked about him, just had that big pass play, and he is a explosive return man as well. Eli Riley in punt formation here. We did see Norwell fake it twice last week on the road. One was called back for a penalty. The other one was successful. And he fumbles the snap, and Riley gets off a low-line drive. Norwell very fortunate as it gets away and takes an excellent night bounce all the way down to the 5-yard line. Columbia City had a chance to really change the game right there, and Norwell gets very lucky.
I think they're spotted at the 4.
Yeah, all the way back to the 4-yard line. So the Knights, again, very fortunate as the punt decision actually almost ended up costing them. And we'll see what Greg Bolt can do with a wide-open 96 yards in front of him here on their second drive.
This can be good and bad for a defense. As Columbia City, I'd look for maybe to take a shot on first or second down here. If they don't have success on their first down play with maybe running up the middle with Bolt, get their backs away from the end zone, I'd look for Columbia City to take a shot.
2 men in the backfield again here for Columbia City on first down. Watch for that H-back T.J. Bedwell. Instead, it's Barrera who gets the call, and he really doesn't get anything at all. He is shoved back. Max Ringer in there on the tackle, along with Joel Rinkenberger on first down. Call it no gain. It'll set up second and 10.
This is where I'd expect Columbia City to take a shot. Maybe hit.
You think so on second and long?
Yeah, I think so, man. If backs, they know they can beat them deep already. Maybe go back to that receiver, target maybe Neuenschwander out here near side of the field.
Hunter Heron is out here for Columbia City, along with Trayton Lamont, who's back into the game. Bolt on the roll to the right, floats it down for Bedwell, and it's caught across the 30. Down the sideline, it's a foot race. Bo Morgan got beat. Bedwell steps out of a tackle. A 96-yard pass play for Columbia City, and they're on top 13-0.
See, I told you, Derek. I mean, there it was right there, 2nd and 10. They know Norwell's itching for a safety, man. They're sniffing a safety for Columbia City, but
how about that?
Just great play design and great ball by Bolt there to Bedwell again.
What a start here at the Courtyard. We knew Norwell's corners were going to get tested tonight. That time it was the veteran safety, Bo Morgan, who just couldn't catch up to Bedwell, who had great speed. And Bedwell is well over 150 receiving yards already here in the first quarter. 2 touchdowns to add to his season total of 7 coming into the game tonight. PAT was almost blocked, but Kleffiker was able to punch it through, and Columbia City is up 14-0. Let that sink in for a little bit. Norwell facing its second largest deficit of the season. We'll take a break and return after these words on WellsCountyVoice.com.
American Mortgage Service Company, located at 1169 North Main Street in Bluffton. We specialize in helping individuals realize their dream of homeownership by providing a top-notch, best mortgage experience. We offer a wide variety of loan programs and the most current rates available. Contact Angie Top or Jessica Best at 260-353-3300 or apply online at bluffton.americanmortgage.com. That's 260-353-3300.
American Mortgage, Equal Housing Lender, Indiana State 11063, NMLS 8246.
All right. 6:58 left here in this first quarter, and if that score surprised you a little bit, if you're a Norwell fan, it should, as Columbia City is not messing around tonight, as they've come down on the road to the Courtyard and taken a commanding 14-point lead here, not even halfway through the first quarter. A 58-yard strike to Bedwell on the first drive. That was on 3rd and long. Then on 2nd and long, Columbia City with their rear ends on the goal line, and they throw it over the top again to Bedwell, and it goes for 96. That has a decent chance of being the longest pass play Norwell's ever given up, by the way. And it's hard to get farther than that.
Yeah.
You got a couple yards of buffer zone in there. Fortunately, I'm not a Norwell football historical expert. That could have been a problem for Norwell, as, my goodness, that was just kind of a pooch try. Aiden Kuntz got it and got walloped at the 30-yard line.
I think that was maybe Blake Hayfley that picked that up. Number 18, I'm not sure. 18 or 19.
Well, if it was
hard to read.
It must have been Hayfley, because 18 is
De Leon, that's right. So
it must have been Hayfley that picked it up. Regardless, they got smashed at the 30-yard line, and now Norwell set up in average field position here, but they've got a lot of work to do down 14 at home. Design keeper for Riley, strung out, and steps out of a tackle. Riley still on his feet, out to the 35-yard line. And so Riley picks up 5 on first down. A little bit of a stunned Norwell crowd as chasing him down was Brooks Longenball, who is the starting left tackle on the offensive line, but is not a starter typically defensively, but he's in at linebacker tonight.
Well, we haven't seen Norwell face a ton of adversity this year. I
No.
mean, East Noble, we know they were down 17, and it didn't phase them, so I'd look for Norwell to respond on this drive for sure.
Riley comes under center this time, sends Brady in motion, and hands it off to Ringer. Ringer has a pretty sizable hole, dragging bodies near the 45-yard line. And Max Ringer will move the chains here, a pickup of 9 to give Norwell a first down.
It's great to see success on the ground.
It's hard to say go away from that until you
was,
don't have success anymore.
I almost thought they should have went for it on the last drive on 4th and 1. And, I mean, shoulda, coulda, woulda. It is what it is, and Norwell just needs to keep having success on the ground.
That's an interesting point, Bo, because Norwell actually got the result they wanted on the punt and pinned Columbia City back inside the 5-yard line. I mean, that's as good as it could have gone, but then stumbled defensively. Another big run for Ringer.
He's just dragging defenders, and that's just Ringer-like. That's what it is. He's just always finishing forward. I've harped on it all year. He does a great job of just being aggressive. He's always the more aggressive runner, and he just pretty much says, I'm falling forward and you can't stop me. I hardly ever do you see him falling backwards.
Strong safety Ryan Sheets making the stop for Columbia City. Miles Babcock was in a receiver on that play, and now it's Klein Neuenschwander here on the near side. Norwell has Jace Cheney and Bo Morgan split to the right. And it's Ringer in the backfield, play action, rolling to his right. Riley throws over the middle. It's high, and it's intercepted by Bedwell at the 35-yard line. Bedwell still on his feet and rumbled down across the 45. That was a bit too high. Eli Riley has thrown his 3rd pick of the season, and T.J. Bedwell picks up his first interception, and Columbia City has it back again on the 47-yard line.
What a night Bedwell's having so far, halfway through
hard
the
to have a
first
better
quarter.
first quarter.
2 touchdowns, over 150 receiving yards, and now an interception. That's just off receiver's hands there.
It was, but it was a bit too high.
Yeah.
As well, the old saying goes, if it hits your hands, it should be brought in.
Yeah. And it's tough when you tip it up in the air like that. I know you're not obviously trying to tip it up in the air like that, but you got to know there's defenders around you. And
late sub came on the field for Columbia City in Barrera. Hand off to the right, and that's Sievers who gets the carry. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard on first down.
Norwell needs a big stop here on this drive. If Columbia City goes up 3 possessions, it's going to be tough, especially if they have no answers for their offense.
I was going to say, this is a quick strike offense. We knew they had the big play ability, maybe better than any team Norwell has played so far this year, except for maybe New Haven. But New Haven just kind of seemed out of it when they came down here.
Interesting I formation here for Columbia City. First time we've seen this tonight.
Yes, it is. And it was a fake, and boy, Bolt got maybe a yard. Brody Bolin stuffed him along with Zach Christensen.
Great job by the big boys up front. That's going to be huge all night. Yet have we seen Bolt run outside of the tackle box, a designed run like that. We haven't seen any quarterback sweeps or anything like that. I'm sure they have them in their playbook, but
and the nice defense gives up another big play as Columbia City is rolling offensively. A run of 37 yards to move the chains.
That's tough. You have him surrounded in the pocket, and that's just Bolt making a decision that nobody's going to stop him, and made a big play for Columbia City on 3rd and 7. That's huge.
Man, what a start for this Eagle offense. It is shredding Norwell's defense, unlike we've seen at any time this year. The only team that's had a ton of success was East Noble, and that's because they got the ball inside the 30 twice. Bolt rolling to his left, throwing to the end zone, and it's out of the reach. Looked like Leighton Bailey was over there on the coverage. Didn't have a chance to pick that one off, but that was not Bolt's best effort. Really one of the first mistakes we've seen him make so far tonight. 2nd and 10.
I don't really think he's going to roll a lot to that side. I mean, he has to turn his hips around, and as we've seen, that's an inaccurate pass. That's really tough. I mean, we see even the pros struggle.
I was
going
to say Patrick Mahomes. You think about guys like that, but that's top of the top in the NFL. So best in the world, and only a couple of guys. You can probably count them on one hand on the NFL that do that a lot. Bolt, a little bit of a low snap, had trouble with it, and throws it, and it's caught, and running towards the pylon, drugged down, and out of bounds at the 1 yard line. as Garrett Geiger, making his 21st grab of the season, gets inside the Norwell 1-yard line to set up first down and goal.
Columbia City's just really getting anything they want on offense, and here they go quick.
Columbia City going quick. Sneak. Bolt is in for the touchdown. Holy Moses, 20-0 Columbia City.
Well, we did not expect this tonight, especially all these yards and points Columbia City's putting
Columbia
up on
City's
this
well
Norwell
over
defense.
200 yards in this first quarter.
It's just unreal. And it's still the first quarter.
Well,
yeah.
In fact, Columbia City has gotten the 2 biggest plays Norwell's given up all season long tonight. And so, I mean, we're not even 9 minutes into this game, and Norwell has found themselves now down the most they've been all season long in any game. Kick is good.
And I mentioned in the pregame, you got to think, hey, is Norwell looking ahead to next week?
Good call, Bo.
Maybe they're not as focused as they normally are for a game, and knowing Leo's probably 99% going to beat DeKalb tonight unless something crazy happens.
We'll get you an update on that score when we come back, but we got to take a short break here on The Voice.
Bluffton Tire, you know where they're located, across the street from Bummy's, right at the entrance to the 4-H park, has been serving Wells County for over 50 years. Bluffton Tire needs to be the first stop for brakes, struts, front-end alignment, and offers over 20 different brands of tires. Stop by and see Kerry Jennis today or visit online at BlufftonTire.com for online specials and coupons. Bluffton Tire is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Hi, this is Kerry Jennis at Bluffton Tire, and we'll keep you going.
Thanks for joining us here tonight on WellsCountyVoice.com. Derek Decker alongside Christian Bulhetta here at the courtyard. And, you know, this is as unexpected of a start as I think either one of us. I don't know if we could have projected anything like this.
No,
I mean, we certainly thought Columbia City would have a good chance to win this game and certainly be competitive and be in the game. But I don't think anybody saw a 21-point lead in the first quarter knowing what Norwell's defense has done this year.
Correct. What I don't want to see is Norwell give up. You know they have fight in them, and 3 possessions, yeah, but hey, a 3-possession game, especially since we're only still in the first quarter, you can limit that by scoring on this drive, and that's what Norwell needs to do.
Here's the reality. Norwell doesn't have the big play strike ability that Columbia City does. It'll be more, methodical, laid-out drives where Norwell will mix in the run a lot and are not likely to rip off big plays of 30 or 40 at a time like Columbia City's been getting in this first quarter. Another short kick towards the middle, tried to put it in between everybody. But that looks like it's Isaiah Breggy on the return, and that's not the guy you want to kick it to because that's Norwell's strongest kid and a returner, and he gets out to the Norwell 38-yard line. Pretty good return for the Knights.
Yeah, it really was, and that's just Norwell hasn't started with bad field position at all. I mean, they got halted just across the 50-yard line on a controversial 4th-and-1 punt, and then you had a ball go off, maybe it's thrown a little too high, but go off the receiver's hands for a tough break interception, and then Columbia City just capitalizes on both of those. So Norwell's really got to punch this in the end zone.
Pistol for Norwell on first down. Screen pass. Morgan had a little bit of space there. That's a pretty good first down play as he is brought down by Caden Ward, the DN, but he gets out to the Norwell 45 for a pickup of 7.
Great play by the DN there for Columbia City. He's down in a stance, and then you see him recovering and making a play 7 yards downfield on a screen pass. That's just great effort there.
Those are plays that sometimes have the ability to turn into really big plays if you're not careful. 2nd and 3 here for the Knights, trailing by 21 here in this first quarter. Riley, the handoff to Ringer. Big space for Max. I just don't know why you would go away from Max Ringer at this point.
I mean, we've seen him try to pass, and they've had a couple plays of success with a screen pass, but anything downfield, just that one attempt for the interception.
Right.
Like you said, the success up the middle with Max Ringer is working on almost every play. We saw him get stifled one time on 3rd and short, but yeah, it's 3rd and short. Defense is expecting it, and
exactly.
In these early downs, I don't know why you would go away from Ringer right now.
I expect him to run it here again on first down. Instead, this time it goes to Isaiah Breggy, who dances to the outside. And the ball comes free at the end of the play. Breggy was still up. The ball is lost, and it's down on the ground. No official signal has been made, but Columbia City had a couple of guys over there. It just popped out at the end, and
that's
Columbia City picks it up, and the Eagles have forced their 2nd turnover of the night.
I don't know about that one, Derek. his feet were wrapped up. He was not moving. You got to think maybe forward progress has stopped there.
I don't know. I think that was a pretty good call to let it go. As it was a short time. Breggy was still going to the ground, and he just lost it at the end. Columbia City's able to punch it out. And when we said that it was a disaster start at East Noble, this could not be more disastrous for Norwell. 2 turnovers and 2 big plays. Those are 2 things that they've done well all season long, is preventing big plays and not turning the ball over. Norwell was plus 14 on the season in turnover margin, had only turned it over 6 times all year long. Now Breggy fumbles it after the Eli Riley pick earlier in this quarter. Just inside of 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. It's a jet sweep this time, and now they're going to throw it across the middle. Bedwell has the catch for a first down. How about that? Columbia City digging deep in the bag of tricks. Garrett Geiger throwing to T.J. Bedwell for the first down.
Boy, good job there by safety staying home, though, not flying too far upfield, seeing some receivers downfield. Otherwise, that's another touchdown for Bedwell. Good play, though, for Columbia City.
Man, Columbia City is taking it to Norwell's defense right now. And it's not stopping. Bolt on the move. Bolt's going to tuck it. And power forward across the 45. Cut down by Quinn Dryband and Blake Hafley. 2nd and 7.
Norwell's got to find an answer for Greg Bolt right now. We harped on the pregame that they were hoping for 7 sacks. Well, they need to get on that if they're trying to reach that number. And he's not just a pocket passer. He's elusive. He can escape the pocket, as we've seen tonight.
Norwell might have jumped. Looked like they stayed behind the line of scrimmage. Barrera is, oh my goodness, clobbered by Isaiah Breggy behind the line of scrimmage, and a late flag comes out by the back judge.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to go on Norwell. And
that's a great hit, but Breggy doesn't need the extracurricular afterwards. He pushes his helmet down after he makes the tackle.
I don't think that's what it was, though, because
I think it was. And
no, because the flag came from the back judge, so it couldn't be that. It could not be the play with Breggy. He had to be talking from somebody else or something like that, because you're not going to call that from 50 yards away.
Well, I think he might have just called it from 50 yards away.
I don't. There's no way.
I don't know. It's tough.
Brad Prather is our white hat tonight. Norwell's backing up. I never saw a signal. Still hasn't reported the foul. It's going to move Columbia City for a first down, whatever it is. So it's unsportsmanlike.
Yep. And I think that's what they called it on.
Because I don't think it's on Breggy.
Players are tapping up Breggy like he.
I don't think it's on Breggy. Maybe. I guess, but why would you call it as the back judge? That doesn't make any sense to me. All right, so Norwell calls a timeout. Josh Gerber's going to lay into his guys a little bit. We've talked about it. We're not going to talk about it anymore because there's just no excuse for that. We're taking a quick break and returning here on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Ossian State Bank takes great pride supporting our local football programs. We are the only community bank headquartered in Wells County. We've had the same name and downtown location for over 108 years. Ossian State Bank has given in excess of $1 million of contributions back to the community. We are locally owned and operated by many of your friends and neighbors. Stop in soon to see what makes Ossian State Bank special. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
All right, so Christian and I are having a little disagreement here, as I firmly hold by the standard that is not what the penalty was for. It had to be something else, because there's no way a back judge would call that. There's no reason for it. He's 50 yards away from the play. And I'm not saying it's even a bad call. I can totally understand why the penalty was there. To me, it looked like a good hit. But then Breggy did get the extracurriculars there.
Yeah.
But Prather, the white hat, is standing right there. I don't think there's any way that was what it was. I'm sure Coach Gerber got a clarification. But that had to be on the secondary from Norwell. In any case, it sets up Columbia City on the 31-yard line, and we're coming out of this timeout here. Norwell's used their first. The Eagles are marching, and you cannot afford to have a penalty like that. I said it was going to come back to burn them. You've said it all year long, and in this game, it's going to, because you're in a 21-point hole.
Hey, that would have brought up a big 3rd and 8.
Exactly. You force 3rd and long, which is the situation you've been looking for all night, and instead you have a silly penalty, and it sets up Columbia City near the 30-yard line. Greg Bold in the gun. This should be a false start here on Columbia City.
Yep, and it was.
So this will back him up, make it 1st and 15. Brody Bolin is checking back into the game for Norwell. So that'll push Columbia City back to the 36-yard line. And this has been a really weird game to start things off here tonight. It's in the upper 40s. It's mostly clear. There's a few clouds that reside off in the distance, but a beautiful night here outside of Ossian. And this is week 9, a couple of really quality teams getting together here in the regular season finale. Columbia City 6-2, Norwell 7-1. Columbia City 1st and 15 out of the timeout. Bolt looking to throw. Bolt on the move. Big pump fake and then tucks it. Gets a couple, salvages the play. Doesn't get back to the original line of scrimmage and brought down by Max Ringer.
Tell you what, when Norwell brings a safety blitz like that, that has to hit home. You're going to have a hole deep in the secondary that we're lucky. Norwell's lucky Bolt did not find. That's
right.
Norwell's got to hit home on that when they send Bo Morgan in a blitz.
Well, we talked about Norwell is likely going to be aggressive tonight. We've seen them do that, and they've gotten beat on it a couple times. They've gotten burnt over the top now twice, big time. And this is 2nd and 13 for Columbia City. It could be the last play of the first quarter. Norwell's bringing another blitz. It is another keeper. Bolt dives forward near the 31-yard line, which is just to get back those penalty yards. This will end the first quarter. And so what a ball game. What a start. Columbia City comes on the road to the Courtyard and hangs 21 on the Knights in the first quarter. Let's break and return on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
Well, welcome back to the Courtyard. Thanks for joining us this evening. If you're just tuning in, Columbia City has handed it to Norwell's defense here in the first couple of drives. They went over the top, a 58-yard strike to T.J. Bedwell on the first drive, then a 96-yard pass play again to T.J. Bedwell on the second drive, and then a big Greg Bolt run of 37 put Columbia City in the red zone and then scored from there, and they're up 21-0. Norwell's turned it over twice already. Columbia City has a pivotal 3rd down and 12 here, or 11 rather, from the 32-yard line. You got to imagine this is going to be a situation where Columbia City is going to try to get half of this back and go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, for sure.
You're not going to punt here,
and you know,
and you're outside of field goal range.
And you've already forced 2 turnovers with your defense. Columbia City has. So, I mean, Norwell would still have to march the field. They've had better field position than this to start and haven't done anything with it. So
3rd and 11. Greg Bolt takes the snap. Bolt throws left on an out route. Diving, incomplete.
Wow.
And Ryan Sheets, the receiver, who only has 4 catches all season, was trying to sell it to the line judge, but couldn't quite get it past him, and it makes it 4th and 11. You still think Columbia City's going to go for it here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they know they can hit a big play. That's looked close.
How about this? Are they going to try a field goal? Well, they've brought on Kleffiker, who's also the punter. And, yeah, they're going to punt. So,
yeah.
Oh, my goodness. They're going to try a field goal. This is going to be a 49-yarder. Columbia City might need a timeout. They're going to have to take one or take the delay a game. And they're going to call a timeout. So they're going to think things over and maybe rethink that 49-yard attempt, which would be by far a career long, although Kleffiker has knocked through a 44-yarder this year. So we'll break and return, all the boys.
If you're tired of being stuck at home, juggling work and school schedules, all while trying to take care of yourself, listen to this. The YMCA understands that 2020 has been difficult, but they're open, they're cleaning, and they're ready for you. They want to help improve your physical and mental health. They're offering a $75 savings if you join the Y in October. Mention this commercial and save. Surround yourself with a community built of family, friends, and staff who can help you enhance your spirit and mind as well as your body. You'll have unlimited unlimited access to all YMCAs in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties, free health and wellness screenings, and hundreds of free group exercise classes. Plus, Y members receive priority registration and reduced rates on programs like after-school care, dance, and karate. The Y is so much more than a gym. They're your community. So join in October and save $75. Financial assistance is available to those who qualify. To find the Y nearest you and branch hours, visit fwymca.org.
All right, so Columbia City is going to try the long one here from 49. Kleffiker puts his right leg. It's going to be way short. Not even close, as it made it halfway through the end zone. That's what I said. I thought it was an interesting try, but, you know, based on what we saw in warm-ups, we thought it was going to be short. I mean, he hit the crossbar from 45. He lost all kinds of breeze. So Columbia City doesn't really lose much by trying it, but, you know, not a great effort from Kleffiker.
Wow, I mean, it really does surprise me that
I agree. Why not go for it?
Why not go for it? It's 4th and 11. I mean, it's a tough try. Oh, so is it a touchback then?
Yeah, the ball goes back to the 20 in high school. So Norwell will take over there. That's the other thing too. You don't concede field position when you do that. So Norwell girls basketball coach Eric Thornton is bringing up the goodies, as it was the pork chop dinner fundraiser tonight. Big run again from Max Ringer on first down. He gets 7. Norwell has had success continually on the ground. Michael Nodine in on the tackle. It'll bring up 2nd and 3, but Norwell has got to find a way to consistently get things offensively. We're ticking towards 11 minutes left in this first half. Norwell's still a goose egg and still trailing by 21 points.
I said last drive that they really needed to put some points on the board, but it's huge now.
Man, this is a really good job by Eric Thornton, as Ringer takes the handoff and gets a first down. We're getting cookies. We're getting all kinds of stuff in here.
Well, of course, because of COVID, we normally have we
usually have
normally have a good spread up here.
Pretty good spread.
Norwell press box, but
Athletic Director Kelby Waybright has been great about that. Norwell has one of the better hospitality units in the area. In fact, I'd probably contend it as the best of places that we go on the road to anyway. It's a boot by Riley. Now turns it back to the left. He's scrambling. Well, he turns the corner a little bit.
Oh, that's
gets out of bounds.
Got to be a late hit out of bounds.
Yeah, he was reaching for his flag, but decided against it.
Wow.
Riley picks up 5 as he is chased out of bounds. 6 on the 37. Ringer.
Nice job. I mean,
man, you talk about falling forward, Bo. That's a prime example there.
Columbia City even helped him out on that. I mean, he had a guy wrap him up and just throw him forward for an extra 3 yards. That's going to be enough for a first down. I think they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, pretty generous spot again.
Yep, and he's moving the chains.
So Norwell trying to piece something together here, and they have to do it as their backs are against the wall. I know it's the first quarter, or the first half rather.
Yep.
But you know, you're just in a bad situation, and this is the second time, actually the third time Norwell's put themselves down 3 scores. But it's an important drive here for Norwell and pivotal. As Ringer gets the ball again, and this time he's stuffed. A low hit by Columbia City as Riley Tucker, the D-tackle, making the tackle. No gain on the first down carry from Ringer.
You got to think Columbia City's defense is going to make some adjustments as they see all the yards they're giving up here on runs up the middle.
Interestingly as well, Bo, Norwell going fast here, as this is something that they really haven't done much all year. They've played with pace, but not quite this fast. Riley rolling to his right, looking to throw, floats it down for Bo Morgan down the sideline. A spinning catch is made at the 20-yard line. Bo Morgan making a big-time grab and sets up Norwell in the red zone for the first time tonight.
That's huge for Norwell. Good job by Bo Morgan getting them hips around. Great job. They call it a hip turn there for Bo Morgan. Good ball by Eli Riley. Morgan had to come back a little bit for it, but nevertheless beat his receiver. Maybe a little trickery coming from Norwell, as it looked like Riley was going to keep it for a sweeper. And we've seen him run that a couple times this year. Had success that time.
Pitch and catch of 37. Norwell now in the red zone at the 20-yard line. Breggy gets it on first down, trucks forward, spinning towards the 10, and finally stopped. But I think this is going to be good enough for first down yardage again.
Looks like it's going to be first and goal, too.
Yeah.
So this is huge. Norwell's, in 3, I'm thinking it's 4 down territory, obviously, in here.
Oh, yeah.
If you got to get it into the end zone.
Unless you've got 4th down and a mile.
Yeah.
Barring a penalty or a sack or something here. All right, 1st and goal for the Knights on the 10. Riley sends Brady in motion. It's a toss to Ringer. Ringer to the outside, shakes a tackler towards the pylon. Touchdown! Max Ringer into the end zone to put the Knights on the board.
That's huge for Norwell. I kept talking, that's a big drive, and there it was. Good job, Norwell, getting into the end zone. That's big, and it's of note. We saw them come alive in the second half of the second quarter.
Oh, they're far from out of this ballgame.
Oh, they're not out of this ballgame at all. We know Norwell defense will make some adjustments against the Columbia City offense that Columbia City's hitting them over the top, so you think maybe Norwell's defense is going to back off a little bit and force Columbia City to do something else. So good job by the Norwell offense and kind of swinging the momentum of this game.
That was a tidy 80-yard drive by the Knights after the missed field goal from Columbia City. De Leon's PAT is good, and it's 21-7 rather, as Columbia City has had their lead cut down to 14. Quick break and return on WellsCountyVoice.com.
You don't have to sit at your desktop to listen to games on the Voice Sports Network. Take the game wherever you go. There are multiple ways to tune in, on your laptop, your tablet, or even on your smartphone. Tune into games on the Voice Sports Network at work, in your car, or even at the game. Be sure to tell your friends and family, and thanks for choosing the Voice Sports Network.
Yeah, this has been a fun one so far. It's been rather one-sided, but Norwell has gotten back into the ball game here with a 80-yard touchdown drive as Norwell has cut the Columbia City lead down to 14. Austin De Leon will be back on to try the kickoff again. Josh Scott unavailable for Norwell tonight. Another quality business going on behind us. A little business making. Leftover pork chops from tonight's fundraiser. Girls basketball season is just around the corner as well.
A lot of people hustling the bleachers.
Boy, they're filing in here.
Yeah, they are.
All right, so De Leon is on here. Got all kinds of action. We've had a fun night. I mean, this has really been. There's been so many things that have been happening around us tonight. We've got cookies. Seen pork chops being sold in the press box tonight.
If I start smelling those pork chops, I'm going to get distracted. This is not going to be good.
Yeah, well, I didn't have dinner, and I could eat those with my bare hands like an animal. De Leon. Oh, booming kickoff this time inside the 10, back to the 5. Bedwell will fake the handoff this time, and Norwell bid on it. And he's got a big, there's a hold on the return.
Yep.
So this is coming back near the 35-yard line. Oh, what a stiff arm by Bedwell near the 50. What a stiff arm. Shoved off a Norwell tackler. But this is coming back, so it doesn't matter. It's back at the 37-yard line. And so Columbia City will start at the 27.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you saw that Derrick Henry stiff arm on Tuesday Night Football, it was. And, that was similar to what that was. He threw him about 5 yards.
Man,
that was
Bedwell's
powerful.
had himself a night. And we talked about Greg Bolt being the guy to watch. Bedwell has been amazing tonight.
He really has. He's had a great game, and the interception as well.
So there's the official hold call. Go back Columbia City back to the 27-yard line to start their first drive of this second quarter. Man, they're going fast.
Yeah, they are. We're going to have to grab a couple before they get sold out.
First and 10 for the Eagles on the 27.
Little jet sweep. Nope. Faked it with the Bolt. Good job by Norwell defense stopping him from running up the middle there. Multiple times they've tried with Bolt to run up the middle. Hasn't really had much success for Columbia City. Their run game hasn't had a lot of success, but they've had most of their success through the air, and that's rang true for most of the first quarter. As Norwell came up with a big stop on the last drive. We'll see what they do here to adjust this Columbia City offense on their
So,
second drive here.
As I was on my one-play hiatus, I've locked down the pork chops. Made a purchase on the air. It's not the first time I've done that. 2nd and 9 here on the 28-yard line. Those are going to disappear at halftime. Out route, that time thrown to 43, Hunter Heron. Had 18 catches for 352 on the season coming in. Eli Riley pushed him out of bounds near the 33, Bo.
Still brings up a tough third down for Columbia City. As like I mentioned earlier, they haven't had a lot of success on the ground.
Man, halftime's going to be great.
They haven't had a lot of success here on the ground. I look for Columbia City to maybe run a slant with Bedwell or a little quick out route. I don't expect them to run it on this play.
Oh, Norwell almost jumped. Bolt scrambling. Bolt going to air it out down the middle, and it's incomplete. Almost hauled in by Garrett Geiger, who had Norwell beat over the top again.
Well,
and it forces Columbia City to punt for the first time.
Norwell catches a break finally in this game, but man, there was 2 Columbia City receivers downfield with no guys within 5 or 10 yards of them.
Right.
That's tough,
right.
Especially on 3rd and 5. It's happened every time on 3rd down. Columbia City's taken a shot and it's worked out, and luckily there, Norwell caught a break and Bedwell couldn't hold on. But man, that's tough for Norwell.
That is something that sectional teams are going to find on film.
Yeah.
And if they've got a quarterback, Norwell's going to get tested.
Yeah.
Kleffiker is on to get a wobbling line driving punt off, and it bounces out of bounds near the 31-yard line of Norwell. Kleffiker actually hasn't had a great year punting, only averaging 33 yards, which is actually less than what Riley is averaging. So a little bit of an interesting dichotomy there. Kleffiker now 3 of 6 on the year from field goal range, as he does have a long of 44. He tried a 49-yarder on the first play of the second quarter that came up about 7 or 8 yards short and fell in the Norwell end zone. But now Norwell has good field position again on their own 32 with 7 minutes left in this first half.
Yeah, you want to see a game turn around. This is Norwell. Watch for a deep strike here from this Norwell team. Try to take a shot, man.
Yeah, remember,
or maybe even just Norwell marching here, and then they get the ball after halftime.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's the point I was going to make. There's another screen pass to Bo Morgan, who has some yards. And close to a first down is Morgan. Caden Ward dragging him down from behind. They'll mark him at the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and a deuce.
Tides will turn if Norwell punches this ball into the end zone in this drive. Put them down one possession. Maybe get a stop with their defense, as it looks like Columbia City's having a little. It's really just boom or bust with this Columbia City offense so far. It's if they're not hitting the big play, they're not really having a lot of success. Norwell stalled out 2 drives, so I think Norwell's going to realize that at halftime that I don't have to worry about the Columbia City offense if they're not hitting big plays.
Comes Ringer, and he's cut down. Only got about a half a yard as the linebacker Brooks Longenbaugh in to make the tackle.
This is an interesting call for Coach Josh Gerber. I'm interested.
I think
to
you go back to the run.
I was thinking that too, but Columbia City's got to be expecting the run. Maybe you look for him to blitz a couple linebackers up the middle. Maybe look for
could be a design keeper too. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of options.
Under center, though.
I think Norwell keeps it on the ground here.
Maybe Isaiah Breggy up the middle.
Well, you're going to see Breggy in motion. He gets the carry, and Breggy gets the first down easily, and he's still on his feet. Still on his feet after he shook another tackler and gets all the way down to the 41. Couldn't have been better for Norwell there, as the Knights pick up 19 and set themselves up in Eagle territory.
We've talked about Breggy all season long. That man can run. He's just huge body to bring down, and you saw Columbia City focus on a couple attempts on stripping that ball instead of going for the tackle, and it did not pay off for him that time as Breggy securing it with 2 hands. Smart by Breggy. Great pickup by Norwell.
Ringer back there with Riley. Breggy in motion pre-snap again and gets the ball on a screen pass, and he dropped it. And so that was a well-thrown ball. Ever so slightly behind Breggy, but that was definitely a catchable ball, and that will go down as a drop.
Yeah, that's definitely a catchable ball, and that
kills your momentum.
It really does, because he had a lot of space in front of him. They only have their one corner out there, and then other than that, he beats the outside linebacker, and he runs for a while. We know Isaiah can do it, so that's a tough drop there for Breggy.
2nd and 10 on the 41-yard line of Columbia City. Riley the snap. And pre-snap penalty here. Probably will be a false start, and it will be.
Yeah, I think I saw the outside receiver, maybe Jace Cheney out there moving.
That is Cheney.
It looked like he was maybe trying to get lined up, though. I'm not sure. That's a tough call.
Penalty on the Knights for a false start.
Huh. That was, that was an interesting call, to be sure. Definitely wasn't any of the offensive line or anything like that. So if it was a penalty, it was on Cheney.
Yeah, and he wasn't moving forward. He was actually moving backwards to make sure he was off the line. That was just interesting, but nevertheless brings up, this is a big second down for Norwell to keep this drive rolling.
Yeah, you got to get a chunk back, and you're in 4-down territory here, but you do have to get a chunk back. Riley on a keeper, and he's going to get a couple, cuts back to the middle, still on his feet, and gets the first down. How about that? Eli Riley gets 19, and Norwell has the first down on the 27. Columbia City had him swallowed up back near the 40-yard line, but Riley just kept his legs churning and escaped a couple tacklers to move the chains.
What would be interesting is for us to see the average yards that play picks up. That quarterback draw seems to have success 9 out of the 10 times we've seen that run of this Norwell offense, and that's just great play calling on 2nd and long, as Columbia City might have expected him to pass, and Riley just runs up the middle for 19 yards.
Ringer up the gut. Man, Norwell's starting to get some yards, and we've said it all night. They've had success on the ground. Now, the one thing this does, and look, time is still not of a concern.
No.
You got 4.5 minutes left in this second quarter, but it does eat up a lot of the clock. I mean, this has already been a 2.5-minute drive, and Norwell's just kind of consistently moving their way down the field. With that 21-7 deficit, though, it really takes away the importance of a field goal. So,
and we know however much time Norwell leaves Columbia City, if it's any time, we know they can strike in 5 seconds. So
right. 2 big plays have changed the game tonight. Riley rolling. He's going to throw. It's caught near the 15-yard line. Tackled out there by Garrett Geiger. Bo Morgan gets the first down at the 15.
Great ball by Eli Riley, anticipating that route from Bo Morgan. He knew he was going to curl back in and be there, and read the defender and threw the ball before Morgan even broke back towards the line of scrimmage, and just ball was on the money. Good route and good catch there by Bo Morgan as he took a hit as well.
Yeah, he did. He took a hit as soon as he caught that. Good coverage out there by Geiger, but just a little bit late to the party. Reggie, the handoff, and he's trying to push forward, but this time Columbia City had him stood up. First to make contact was Brooks Longenbaugh, who's had a hand on a couple of tackles.
He gets 3 yards on forward progress.
Right, and that's the thing too. I mean, he gets stood up, but he gets a few, and that's an acceptable first down play.
Yep. First player I've seen on Columbia City that's stood up Breggy and not allowed him to continue falling forward, and that's props to him as that, and a middle linebacker. But
so Columbia City scored the first 21 points out of the gate rather easily without a lot of friction from the Norwell defense. Since then, Norwell has had an 80-yard drive and are now driving again. They started this drive at the 32, knocking on the door to make this a one-score game. Riley to the outside, to the sideline, pushes forward. My goodness.
Knocks Bo Morgan out of his way.
Yeah, he got knocked on his keister near the 5, out of bounds. Should be close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it. They needed the 5 for that first down.
Looks like he's going to give him a first down.
Yeah, they'll set up 1st and goal.
He's got to punch this in the end zone. I'd look for a run up the middle with Breggy. I'd look for that play again. He's going to motion over and just get that ball right up the middle. It's got 5 or 6 yards each time.
I agree, Bo. I don't know why you'd go away from that near the goal line.
Looks like they put him on the left side. He normally starts on the right side for that. So maybe a fake to that and a counter to Ringer the other side. We'll see.
It's just Ringer. Breggy was blocking. Ringer got a couple, down to the 3. So, 2nd down and goal. Not a lot there that time for Norwell. Ticking towards 2.5 left in this first half.
Maybe here comes the play with Breggy. I just really want Norwell to run that play. It's had so much success, I wouldn't go away from it.
Babcock.
We did see Breggy fumble on that one, but hey, that's tough. And we haven't seen him do that a lot this season. So
Babcock out, Neuenschwander in. Cheney and Morgan on the other side. Ringer. Not there. I don't know if he even got a yard, maybe.
Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Big 3rd down.
3rd and goal from about the 2.5.
Maybe play action, roll Riley out, give him the choice of either running it in or flipping it to a receiver.
Interesting call here. Columbia City locking down defensively. This is a good timeout taken by Brett Fox to try to give the Eagles some semblance to put together a drive here at the end of this first half. And while they do that, let's take a break and return.
We're here at Craigville Appliance. We just wanted to say to all the fall athletes, good luck on this season. Be safe, be strong, compete to the highest level. Always practice good sportsmanship. If moms and dads, I know it's time, washer and dryer season, we'll take care of you here at Craigville Appliance. We can deliver it, install it, no big deal here at Craigville Appliance. Good luck, have a great season, compete to the highest level.
21-7, Columbia City in the lead with 1:53 left in this first half, but the Knights are knocking on the door and trying to score their second touchdown of the quarter. Remember, Bo, interesting stat to throw in here. Norwell is now 128-8 outscoring its opponents in the second quarter. All the damage was done for Columbia City in that first quarter. And here comes 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Riley out of the gun. This is interesting.
Babcock to the left. Cheney and Morgan to the right. Max Ringer in the backfield with Riley.
I'd expect Riley to roll out.
Although Breggy is set up where he would be to get the ball here, although he's not under center. And he fumbles the snap! Riley is still on his feet, and he's cut down at the 13-yard line. Man, that's a drive killer, and now you'd expect a field goal try here from De Leon as Columbia City just took their last time out of this first half, I'd imagine. It has to be, right?
Well, that's tough for Norwell.
Yeah, it has to be. So I think Norwell will have to try a field goal here. That's a huge stop. Actually, really just a mistake by Norwell. A bad snap. We've seen that relatively too frequently from Ari Riley this year. And while we have a moment, let's take a break.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
So this is going to be a 31-yard try here for Austin De Leon, who is 2 for 3 on the season with a long of 35. He's only missed one extra point all year, so we know he's got the leg. He's kicking into where the wind was blowing pregame, but that wind has basically died down to nothing at this point. Yep. Riley will hold it here. De Leon from the right hash to try to make this an 11-point game. And De Leon has a good foot into it, and this one is plenty good. De Leon bails Norwell out, gets them 3, and so Norwell doesn't get what they want.
Points, and that's a good drive Norwell put together, stalled out, but hey.
Yeah, and it was as a mistake. They had first and goal on the 5-yard line, I think, and then they got a couple of plays where they didn't get a lot with Ringer twice. On 3rd down, after Columbia City took a timeout, Norwell tried to go, well, we don't know what they were going to try to do. It looked like Riley was going to roll out on that play to the right and maybe throw it. But he never got a good handle on the snap. Riley, his brother, snapped it over his head. Well, and, it bounced back towards the 15-yard line. Actually, I thought Riley just should have jumped on it right to begin with. Instead, he tried to pick it up and make a play out of it, and De Leon bails him out and gives Norwell 3.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge stop for the Norwell defense if they can get one. Columbia City simply cannot get any points here, whether they get in field goal range or not. I mean, they have plenty of time to work with, although they have 0 timeouts, which is worth of note, and we know the clock stops if they get a first down, but
only for a moment. 97 seconds remain here in this first half. 21-10 Columbia City. Game of runs. Columbia City on the 35.
30 yards away from getting in field goal range. I mean, that's...
We'll see if Columbia City wants to back them up and try to kick it again or just take it on the 35.
Looks like they are going to kick it again.
Yeah, they are going to kick it again.
On the 9th for the kick going out of bounds.
I actually don't like that because now De Leon is going to kick it away, like he's going to kick it. And so I think they would have been better served to get field position at the 35 and just take it.
I think they liked Bedwell's return and then
maybe
off the fake return.
Well, and at this point, when you don't have any timeouts, you're looking for a big play.
Big return. Yeah, but hey, you get into the 35-yard line. That's also good field position too. We'll see. We'll see if it pays off for either team. I mean,
you're right, Bo. They would have been about 35 or 40 yards away from getting into field goal range, fringe range.
And a field goal is big for Columbia City.
Yeah, puts them back up 14.
I mean, yeah, 2 touchdowns is better than being up 10 points. So we'll see if Columbia City capitalizes on their choice here.
De Leon boots this one away, again towards the left sideline. And it's bobbled. Ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by Columbia City.
Almost cost Columbia City.
See,
Almost
this is
but it did. I mean, it cost them 8 yards.
Yeah, nope, not a fan of that. But I'm allowed to.
Breggy made a big interception in the East Noble game up in Kendallville late in the
that
first
could have gone
half.
for 6.
Wow, that was. Oh man,
that might have been a house call. Now you got to take a timeout if they don't get a first down.
Correct, and you really do. And it's interesting to see what Columbia City's going to do here if they choose to run it and maybe try to run the clock up. But they got to know that Norwell is going to take a timeout if they do. So why not try to pick up the first down? I'd look for an out route for Columbia City here for Bedwell maybe.
Norwell crowd trying to make a little bit of noise here inside of 90 seconds left in this first half. Big defensive play coming up for the Knights. Snap to Bolt. Bolt a pump fake. Bolt airs it out again. Bedwell's open again. Bedwell makes the grab inside the 20, and he goes for a touchdown. TJ Bedwell, how about it? 72 yards over the top again, and a backbreaker for Norwell.
What's interesting to me is they're putting backup corner Klein Neuenschwander on the best receiver for Columbia City. He has just tore Norwell's defense apart. In my opinion, I put maybe Bo Morgan on him or have a safety help over the top on him, but man, that is just a killer for Norwell.
You have got to make some changes at halftime.
You really
do.
The
only good news about that is now you've got 1:17 and 2 timeouts, so you do have a chance to maybe go down and get some points again and get this back to a 2-score game, but Columbia City has just torn Norwell apart with Bedwell tonight. 3 touchdown catches in the first half. Low line driving PAT, but it's good as it snarls through the uprights to make it 28-10. Ossian State Bank halftime show is around the corner. Norwell still fighting for a chance at a conference title share, but the reality is, well, we said Norwell had to take care of business here tonight, and not that Norwell was a big favorite, but I think certainly favored in this game.
Yeah.
And it has not gone according to plan for Josh Gerber's Knights.
Wow.
Also, a score check just to get you updated before halftime. Leo is taking care of business at DeKalb, 28-0 in the first half, so this game means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things as far as conference standings go. But it really, really messes with your morale if you give up. You know, this by far is the most Norwell has gotten beat defensively all season long. We knew it was a possibility with Colbert and Graft out tonight, but I don't think any of us could have imagined it being this bad.
Exactly, and you know the good thing is about the morale statement you just made is Norwell is playing a weaker opponent next week in Heritage, which is a good thing because if Norwell is playing a better opponent that could really throw the ball through the air, they would be seeing that and keying in, and I had to expect Heritage to key in on that as they've seen here in the first half, unless Norwell can make adjustments in the second half.
Right, which is possible.
Which is possible, and I fully expect them to make some adjustments.
Yeah, but you're down 18.
Man,
I mean, if you don't score here before the half, you're down 3 scores. So that's not an easy thing. You've basically made up no ground. You made up 3 points from the first quarter when you were down 21-0. So that is just a backbreaker. I mean, that is a dagger from Columbia City. And now they pooch it. And again, boy, we've seen that a couple times on kickoffs now. So that's a dead ball penalty in high school. So Columbia City will be backed up to the 35. They were trying to kick that one short. And so Norwell trying to make the best use they can out of the final 77 seconds of this first half. It's 28-10.
Like you said, Norwell has those 2 timeouts, and man,
yeah, they're important.
I would not. We've seen Norwell take it to half sometimes when we'd expect them to maybe go down and score.
Yeah, but they haven't been down 18 at any point in the season late in this half. So, in fact,
true.
They hadn't been down more than 18 all season long coming into the Knights game.
That's right.
They've been down 17 twice at Leo, and that 17 came pretty late. They were down 14 at halftime. They were down 17 at the end of the first quarter against East Noble back in Week 6. Yeah, Columbia City has come to play tonight. They have exacerbated Norwell's weakness. And so this is another boot that goes towards the sideline. Retrieved at the 25 by Breggy. Breggy to the sideline. Breggy up the sideline. Breggy across midfield into Columbia City territory. And you couldn't have asked for a better return. It sets Norwell up at the Columbia City 39-yard line.
That's huge for Norwell. I mean, that is big, and especially since Norwell has those 2 timeouts, you have 40 yards to get the ball into the end zone. Norwell needs to do that right now.
Well, we've seen a couple of big returns now tonight. Pregame has become Norwell's most dangerous return man.
He definitely has, and I think Columbia City's going to make some adjustments in the.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Well,
you hopefully, kick away from him.
Hopefully they don't kick off too much in the second half.
Well,
Norwell's hoping for, but if they do, you really do. They really need to make that adjustment.
All right, Ringer back there with Riley. Minute 10 left in this first half. Design keeper Riley gets past the first man, but pretty conservative play call on first down. And now we're inside of a minute, and Norwell's got to hustle to the line. That got him just 2 yards. And now they're huddling up. Boy, this is mismanaged. I mean, there's no way around that. That is a mismanaged play sequence there for Norwell, and it cost them a few seconds. We're inside of a minute, and we'll take a timeout and be back.
I'm David Morrison, President and CEO of Ossian State Bank. Welcome to this glimpse of our company.
Banking can be a difficult process, and without the right person to guide you, it can be long and tedious, also stressful. Ossian State Bank has been offering commercial and retail banking services to businesses and consumers in and around Wells County for over 107 years. We are the only locally owned and headquartered community bank in our county since 1912. Our team of bankers is professional, enthusiastic, and dedicated to helping you through every step of your journey. We continually strive to build long-lasting relationships with our customers while providing smart financial solutions that both improve and simplify your life. Come and experience for yourself today what a true community bank can help do for you.
It's a local thing.
Inside of a minute here left in this first half. Norwell on the 37-yard line. Norwell spent 14 seconds getting 2 yards on first down. And now it sets up 2nd and 8. Riley from the gun. Riley back to pass. Riley fires into open space, but he missed his man in Jace Cheney. Cheney gave a good effort at it, and he was open, sitting down at the 25-yard line. But Riley threw a bad ball and missed him.
Yeah, I think he felt presence on his backside there. Big 89 for Columbia City had pressure on him, but
yeah, kind of had to rush his throw a little bit.
Yeah, he does, and I think that altered it. He underthrew him, but Jace Cheney was wide open, and man, you hit him in stride. He's running for a while.
Yeah, he gets inside the red zone likely on that play. Now it's 3rd and 8. This is probably 4-down territory for Norwell.
3rd and 8.
I think they're
sitting
down
on the
Norwell.
Yeah, it is. They're sitting on the 37-yard line. Ringer's back there. Pregame in motion before the snap. Riley, he got the defenders off his feet, and now he's going to try to tuck it, cuts it upfield into the 30, and he's dragged down. Should be enough for a first down near the 29, and he'll stop the clock for a moment. Norwell has just 1 timeout left.
They call it.
They did?
Yep, he just called the timeout.
Well, we'll just take a break.
Farms, an online meat market, has a heart for people and a focus to provide a variety of locally raised, 100% grass-fed or grain-fed beef, pork, and poultry. Their shopping experience is easy. Simply visit HoosierCreekFarmsLLC.com, fill up your cart with high-quality, locally raised meats, and choose to have it delivered in an insulated box right to your front door. Or you can pick it up in Bluffton or Huntington. You can find recipes and cooking tips by following them on Facebook and Instagram. Begin cooking with confidence. Hoosier Creek Farms, high quality, locally raised meats. HoosierCreekFarmsLLC.com.
43 seconds remain here in this first half. The Knights trail 28-10, and this has been a bit of a shaky drive trying to utilize the clock. Norwell has burned all their remaining timeouts, and so now you got to go to the sideline or get first downs. I mean, that you've basically pigeonholed yourself at this point. So the run game is probably out of the question. Riley the snap on first down. Now he runs, but he's in the middle of the field. Riley escapes a tackle, and he's still on his feet. He's going to have a first down, and smartly escapes to the sideline out to the 14. That's a veteran play by Riley, and that's the best play of the drive.
Yes, that really is. Good job by Eli Riley there. We saw that quarterback sweep to start the drive that we thought was kind of a controversial call. Maybe trying to get to the sideline. Didn't really look like it, but there, man, he just took the game in his hands, and good job by Eli Riley picking up the first down and getting out of bounds. Still 34 seconds left on this clock for Norwell.
Boy, this has been an interesting first half.
Yeah,
a lot of action.
Really has.
Knights are on the 15-yard line.
Boy, Jace Cheney would be wide open for a slant right here.
Riley the snap. He's looking. Goes through his progressions on the scramble. Still given time. Doesn't take the sack. Wiggles out of it. Throws to the end zone. And is it held on to? It is! Bo Morgan in the corner.
Great job by Eli. Boy, I was going to say, boy, he's got to make a decision fast. It looked like he was about to get sacked. Eli Riley just took control the last 2 plays, and, well, great job.
So, even though they give up the score, they get back right to the same place that they were after the field goal. Assuming De Leon is able to punch through this PAT, and with just 23 seconds left, I don't think Columbia City is going to do anything too exciting, although why not risk a shot? I mean, you've had all kinds of success. I mean, that's kind of silly to say at this point, but this gives Norwell a chance to get it back to a 2-score game when they're there at this point. De Leon's PAT will make it 11. It's 28-17 with 23 seconds left in its first half. So all kinds of action, and Norwell has gotten it back to an 11-point game.
A lot of points scored in this first half. I didn't really expect a lot of points to be scored in this first half, but hey. Nevertheless, Norwell responds, and that's a big response.
Right, so if Norwell is able to avoid disaster here in the last couple of plays, as Columbia City has a man down inside the 5-yard line on special teams, we'll get a check on who that is and let you know. But Norwell, assuming that nothing crazy happens in the final 23 seconds, gets the ball to start the third quarter. And if they're able to even, you know what, actually at this point, when you're only down 11, you can just go down and get points. Even if your drive stalls out, you get it back to a 1-score game with the field goal.
Yeah,
so
exactly. This is huge for Norwell to, go down 3 scores into half would have been super tough for Norwell, especially the big play capability of Columbia City.
Right.
And, if it comes down to a last minute or down to the wire in a 1-possession game and Columbia City needs to put a drive together to run the clock out, I think they're going to honestly struggle with that against this Norwell defense, as we have not seen them really put a bunch of plays together, so it's really dependent on the big play drive.
All right, we're going to take a break real quick and return. We'll let you know who's down for Columbia City after this.
Soaring high above, exploring our planet. Professional timepiece designed to take flight. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory.
American Mortgage Service Company, located at 1169 North Main Street in Bluffton. We specialize in helping individuals realize their dream of homeownership by providing a top-notch, best mortgage experience. We offer a wide variety of loan programs and the most current rates available. Contact Angie Top or Jessica Best at 260-353-3300 or apply online at bluffton.americanmortgage.com. That's 260-353-3300.
This is not an offer for the extension of credit or a commitment to lend. American Mortgage, NMLS ID 8246. Angie Top, NMLS ID 478736. Jessica Best, NMLS ID 613932. American Mortgage is an equal housing lender.
So that was the middle linebacker, Ryan Elston, who was down for a period of time and had to be walked off with assistance as we march towards the end of this first half.
Could be big.
It could be big as, again, he sits in the middle of that Columbia City defense that's been pretty good here in this first half. Kind of got burned at the end, but has had its moments, and Norwell has a chance to exploit that with the running game as we head towards the second half. Now, this is an off-the-wall comment here, but De Leon was trying onside kicks a lot in pregame here tonight at the courtyard.
Now?
I don't think you do it now because you've only got 23 seconds.
Like that.
Plus, you set up, and then Columbia City can take a shot.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Get some points.
No,
so I don't
way
think they
do
try
it
it here.
But later in the game,
but you never
sure.
know. Yeah, and De Leon, it was designed to be an onside kick that he gets himself. It was up the middle, just on the ground.
Norwell's ran that in recent years.
Right.
It's worked. So
this one he boots away, kind of a pooch style, back towards the 20, bounces, and it's returned. And not a ton there. Actually, great job. I can't see who that is across the field, but whoever it was gave a good strip at the ball, and that's exactly what you're taught to do in that situation.
Now, You probably heard me go, ooh, because, man, if he would have stripped that ball, that would have been huge for Norwell. Only 18 seconds left, but, hey, even if you get a field goal, you're down one possession going into the half. So
that was Trey Bodenheimer who had the potential strip on that. I got him. Good job. Columbia City is going to take a knee here.
Yep, they are.
Yeah. Not even mess around. Nope. Although Bedwell is out there on that right side, just to keep the Knights honest.
No, they're definitely kneeing it here. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the pork chops are calling our names right now, Derek.
I can't wait. So that's going to take us to break here in this first half. Norwell had a terrible start, found themselves in a 21-point hole basically right off the bat, and has to some degree dug them out. It's also, before we go to break, Ryan Elston is getting loaded onto the cart here as we head towards the halftime break. So the score reads at halftime, it's Columbia City 28, Norwell 17. We're back with the Ossian State Bank halftime show after this on WellsCountyVoice.com.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic in Bluffton. My goal with chiropractic treatment is to make you feel and function better by providing neurostructural corrections to help put your spine back into alignment, to strengthen your nerve system, and to relieve nerve pain. We strive to help you heal and stay healthy for years to come. Our full-service chiropractic team in Bluffton provides corrective exercises, lifestyle advice, along with spinal and postural screenings.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Altair, and I'm proud to join the team here in your pain and restore movement to the optimal level. From infants to older adults, chiropractic is a safe way to manage growing pains and other body trauma. Did you know that chiropractic care can strengthen your overall immune system? Give us a call at 260-353-1400. Chiropractic care can help you on your journey to the best version of you.
Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. IPT has been a trusted part of your community for over 32 years. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted.
Group, located at 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana, would like to help you with your retirement, Roth IRAs, investments, and savings plans. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Rhonda Vandetop, 260-824-8175. And at that same location is Tim Steffen Insurance. We like to help folks with their personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. Securities and insurance offered through Thurston Springer Financial, registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC, and Indiana Insurance Agency. Corporate headquarters in OSJ 9000 Keystone Crossing, 7th floor, Indianapolis, Indiana 467240. Tim Steffen is a registered associate of Thurston Springer and is doing business at Steffen Financial Group. Steffen Financial Group is independent of Thurston Springer.
Serving Bluffton and all of Wells County, Bluffton Rent-Co offers the biggest, cleanest, and most reliable selection of equipment around. They offer small and large equipment like lifts and skid loaders, to lawn and landscaping tools, along with home improvement and construction rental equipment. Bluffton Rent-Co can handle all of your rental needs, including party rentals. Visit BlufftonRentCo.com to view their large selection of rental items, located at 975 North Main Street in Bluffton. Serving Ossian since 1938, Ossian Hardware is your best choice for hardware, paint, lawn and garden rental, and so much more. Stop in today for all of your project needs and be rewarded for making your purchases at Ossian Hardware with their Best Rewards program. Stop in for more information. Knowledgeable, friendly service is what you'll get at Ossian Hardware. Stay connected at OssianHardware.com or on Facebook. Do you or a loved one need extra help managing your finances or making sure monthly bills are getting paid correctly and on time? Are you concerned that you or a senior parent may inadvertently provide sensitive financial information to scammers and fraudsters? Then contact Senior Money Life today at 260-296-0437 to get the help you need to stay safe and enjoy life more. Senior Money Life, located in Bluffton, Indiana, is here to help make life easy, providing you with a wide range of services including banking assistance, bill pay, budgeting assistance, financial monitoring, and insurance advocacy. Contact Preston Carr, Daily Money Manager at 260-296-0437 to learn more, or visit their website, seniormoneylife.com. Senior Money Life is a division of Christian Care Retirement Community. Senior Money Life is not a financial institution or a trust company.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just keep suffering from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension? Corrective Chiropractic can help.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic, serving Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding area to help you feel and function better. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
Kathy Peterson of the Steffen Group is part of a select group of real estate and auction professionals that are changing the game of how real estate and auction transactions are handled. With a strong background in customer service, Kathy believes helping people is the most precious gift she can give and is committed to being a partner with her clients through the entire transaction. Contact Kathy Peterson at the Steffen Group at 824-6353 or drop her a message at Kathy, Cathie.Peterson at SteffenGRP.com.
If you're tired of being stuck at home, juggling work and school schedules, all while trying to take care of yourself, listen to this. The YMCA understands that 2020 has been difficult, but they're open, they're cleaning, and they're ready for you. They want to help improve your physical and mental health. They're offering a $75 savings if you join the Y in October. Mention this commercial and save. Surround yourself with a community built of family, friends, and staff who can help you enhance your spirit and mind as well as your body. You'll have unlimited access to all YMCAs in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties, free health and wellness screenings, and hundreds of free group exercise classes. Plus, Y members receive priority registration and reduced rates on programs like after-school care, dance, and karate. The Y is so much more than a gym. They're your community. So join in October and save $75. Financial assistance is available to those who qualify. To find the Y nearest you and branch hours, visit fwymca.org.
American Mortgage Service Company, located at 1169 North Main Street in Bluffton. We specialize in helping individuals realize their dream of homeownership by providing a top-notch, best mortgage experience. We offer a wide variety of loan programs and the most current rates available. Contact Angie Top or Jessica Best at 260-353-3300 or apply online at bluffton.americanmortgage.com. That's 260-353-3300.
American Mortgage, Equal Housing Lender, Indiana State 11063, NMLS 8246.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. IPT has been a trusted part of your community for over 32 years. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
Hello, this is Tim Steffen Financial Group. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving forward. We must balance staying safe and moving forward towards our needs and goals. We are here to help you with your future planning. Steffen Financial Group, located at 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana, would like to help you with your retirement, Roth IRAs, investments, and savings plans. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Rhonda Vandentop, 260-824-8175. And at that same location is Tim Steffen Insurance. We like to help folks with their personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. Securities and insurance offered through Thurston Springer Financial, registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC, and Indiana Insurance Agency. Corporate headquarters in OSJ 9000 Keystone Crossing, 7th floor, Indianapolis, Indiana 4672440. Tim Steffen is a registered associate of Thurston Springer and is doing business as Steffen Financial Group. Steffen Financial Group is independent of Thurston Springer.
And welcome back here to the courtyard. Norwell trailing Columbia City 28-17. An action-packed first half. And before we get to recapping this first half, let's talk about some of the scores and stats that are going on around the area. East Noble leading Belmont early 14-0 as expected. Lakeland and Bluffton were scoreless at last check. Leo on top of the count 28-0. New Haven and Huntington locked in a 7-7 battle. I thought that might be a pretty interesting game coming into this week. Kind of contrasting styles going against each other. Dwenger all over Northrop, 28-0. The question mark was going to be, that of course is for the victory bell. Homestead can lock that up. They're starting 5 freshmen on the offensive line, as I understood it tonight, and they're leading Southside 24-0, close to the half. So let's kind of recap things here and reset everything. Columbia City got off to a fast start, 58-yard strike to TJ Bedwell. Bedwell was the story of that first half. Yep, Bedwell gets over the top on the first drive, and then Norwell sputters. Columbia City gets a 96-yard touchdown pass again to Bedwell, which we think, obviously has to be up there in the top couple, if not the longest pass play Norwell has ever given up in its program's history.
For sure.
And then Norwell turned it over twice in that first half. A pick by Riley and then a fumble by Isaiah Breggy. And then Columbia City marched again. A bust coverage on third down, and Norwell actually had him contained. And then Greg Bolt was able to scramble for 37 yards to put Columbia City in the red zone. They punched it in to make it 21-0. Past that, Norwell was able to get a response. They marched and scored 80 yards to get on the board with a touchdown to make it 21-7. Yep. Then got a stop, went down. They had first and goal at the 5, got a couple of plays, didn't get it in. And then a bad snap by Ari Riley sent Eli back to the 15, and Norwell had to settle for 3. And De Leon punched it in from 30 yards to make it 21-10. There was just over 90 seconds left in that first half, and we said, hey, Norwell's got to get a stop here and get to the half down 11. Well, they don't. Columbia City has 3rd and 10, and they go for 78 yards, or 72 yards, rather, once again to TJ Bedwell. I mean, we've called his name way too many times tonight from a Norwell perspective. And then after that, we said, well, that's backbreaking and blah, blah, blah. And Norwell gets the ball back with 1:13 and marches down and gets into the end zone on a scramble play. Kind of mismanaged at the start of the drive, and then they turned it on, got a big play to get him inside the red zone. Riley made a really smart play to get out of bounds as Norwell didn't have any timeouts left, and then made something out of nothing to find Morgan near the back left pylon to get us to where we are now, 28-17 here at the break.
Well, here's the interesting thing is Columbia City wins the first quarter 21-0. Norwell wins the second quarter 17-7. If Norwell wins these next 2 quarters, they're going to win the ball game. It's as simple as that. And more times than not, you win 3 of the 4 quarters, you're going to win the ball game. And it obviously won't be easy for Norwell to do, but the adjustments that Mac Taylor makes at halftime is going to be crucial to the outcome of this game. The defense, I thought, pressed too much in the second quarter, especially after they saw them get beat 3 times in the first quarter, and they're all for scores. I mean, that's just it is what it is. It's you can't get beat deep, and it's happened too many times tonight. And Columbia City's even missed on a couple where Norwell's gotten beat, and that's could have vastly changed the game. So, I know Norwell got a stop there, but on a drive, but hey, Columbia City missed the pass. So Norwell's got to make that adjustment on defense, and they're simply not giving up any rushing from Bolt, which is promising to see.
So Bedwell was really the only guy that hurt Norwell. Kind of go in depth again, a little farther into how Norwell mitigates that come the second half.
Well, Norwell, I mean, like I said, it surprised me that they had Klein Neuenschwander on Bedwell after he's torn him up in the first quarter, and then in the second quarter, for that last touchdown he scored before half, you have a backup corner in Klein Neuenschwander who, not to knock on him too much, but hey, he doesn't have the experience that maybe you make an adjustment where you put, hey, we'll move Bo Morgan from safety and put him at corner and see if he can match up. We'll go best against best. Maybe even move Eli Riley from safety, or if he's too valuable at that position, just stick with Morgan. But either way, I'm not the defensive coordinator. Obviously, Matt Taylor is for a reason, and I expect him to make adjustments going into the second half.
Yeah, and I think it's also worth noting that, if Norwell does that, maybe Columbia City changes their scheme a little bit, but it's clear and obvious that Bedwell is by far the best weapon they have offensively outside of Greg Bolt. I mean, coming into tonight, Bedwell had 32 catches for over 500 yards and 7 touchdowns. He's now in double digits on the season, 3 touchdown catches in that first half, and they were of 58, 96, and 72 yards. I mean, you don't get bigger plays than that in a single half, and that's basically where we are right now. So the Eagles on top of the Knights, 28-17. We're back with the second half after this. You're listening to the Ossian State Bank halftime show. Ossian State Bank has been your local bank for over a century with locations in downtown Ossian and at the north end of Bluffton. We're back after this on WellsCountyVoice.com.
If you're tired of being stuck at home, juggling work and school schedules, all while trying to take care of yourself, listen to this. The YMCA understands that 2020 has been difficult, but they're open, they're cleaning, and they're ready for you. They want to help improve your physical and mental health. They're offering a $75 savings if you join the Y in October. Mention this commercial and save. Surround yourself with a community built of family, friends, and staff who can help you enhance your spirit and mind as well as your body. You'll have unlimited access to all YMCAs in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties, free health and wellness screenings, and hundreds of free group exercise classes. Plus, Y members receive priority registration and reduced rates on programs like after-school care, dance, and karate. The Y is so much more than a gym. They're your community. So join in October and save $75. Financial assistance is available to those who qualify. To find the Y nearest you and branch hours, visit fwymca.org.
Is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
Hello, this is Tim Steffen Financial Group. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving forward. We must balance staying safe and moving forward towards our needs and goals. We are here to help you with your future planning. Steffen Financial Group, located at 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana, would like to help you with your retirement, Roth IRAs, investments, and savings plans. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Rhonda Vandentop, 260-824-8175. And at that same location is Tim Steffen Insurance. We like to help folks with their personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. Securities and insurance offered through Thurston Springer Financial, registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC, and Indiana Insurance Agency. Corporate headquarters in OSJ 9000 Keystone Crossing, 7th floor, Indianapolis, Indiana 467240. Tim Steffen is a registered associate of Thurston Springer and is doing business as Steffen Financial Group. Steffen Financial Group is independent of Thurston Springer.
Do you or a loved one need extra help managing your finances or making sure monthly bills are getting paid correctly and on time? Are you concerned that you or a senior parent may inadvertently provide sensitive financial information to scammers and fraudsters? Then contact Senior Money Life today at 260-296-0437 to get the help you need to stay safe and enjoy life more. Senior Money Life, located in Bluffton, Indiana, is here to help make life easy, providing you with a wide range of services including including banking assistance, bill pay, budgeting assistance, financial monitoring, and insurance advocacy. Contact Preston Carr, Daily Money Manager at 260-296-0437 to learn more, or visit their website, seniormoneylife.com. Senior Money Life is a division of Christian Care Retirement Community. Senior Money Life is not a financial institution or a trust company.
I'm David Morrison, President and CEO of Austin State Bank. Welcome to this glimpse of our company.
Banking can be a difficult process, and without the right person to guide you, it can be long and tedious, also stressful. Austin State Bank has been offering commercial and retail banking services to businesses and consumers in and around Wells County for over 107 years. We are the only locally owned and headquartered community bank in our county since 1912. Our team of bankers is professional, enthusiastic, and dedicated to helping you through every step of your journey. We continually strive to build long-lasting relationships with our customers while providing smart financial solutions that both improve and simplify your life. Come and experience for yourself today what a true community bank can help do for you.
It's a local thing.
Still halftime here at the Courtyard. Norwell trailing Columbia City 28-17. Here's where I make my shameless plug for the pork chops that we had at halftime, and Eric Thornton may or may not be in the room. But anyway, they were delicious, and I've still got one for later. I know you kind of blew through your two. We shared 4 of them. So
well, might have to get this third one out of my face.
Yeah, you got to get that out of the way because that's going to be tempting in the third quarter. We did not eat it without any fine. Anything is acceptable here in 2020, whether that was sanitary practice or not. Nobody really needs to focus on. Norwell trails by 11 here. Bo, let's talk about the offensive attack for Norwell and how that changes or doesn't change come here the third quarter.
Honestly, I don't really think they need to change much. They've had success up the middle with Ringer, Breggy up the middle. And they've had success, a little bit of success throwing the ball. I mean, they've missed on a few passes, and even the interception was off a receiver's hands. It's not like they've really struggled with, Riley getting pressured or anything like that. I mean, the offensive line has held their own tonight against this Columbia City defense, and the big key is we saw the middle linebacker go out, and that's big with runs up the middle, which Norwell has had a lot of success on tonight. So, like I said, I don't really see the offense needing to make a lot of adjustments. I think they've played really well in the first half, and I think if they put up another 17 points here in the second half, and if the defense would make adjustments, and then I think it'll be a victory for these Norwell Knights.
Bo, let's consider a hypothetical, although probably, I mean, it's an educated guess here. Let's say Norwell changes what they do defensively.
If they see Norwell press, up, or continue to press up, then I think they continue to go over the top. It's just as simple as that. But if Norwell backs off, Columbia City's gonna, I feel like, they've struggled with running the ball. And
it's big time.
I mean, up front, it's a lot of teams have struggled with running the ball against this Norwell teeth of the defense up front. And so Columbia City's going to have to make some adjustments, obviously, when Norwell makes adjustments. But I think it's going to be more of a chess match here in the second half, especially when Columbia City's on offense.
Derek Decker alongside Christian Bohanna. We're in the final moments of our Austin State Bank halftime show here at the Courtyard. We're in the regular season finale. Columbia City's leading Norwell 28-17. It was, again, a disastrous start for Norwell offensively, and they got a couple of defensive miscues they had wrapped in there. And again, this is as much as we've seen the Norwell defense struggle in a game, let alone a single half all season long. So the fact that it comes in the last game of the regular season is a bit concerning, going into the sectional play. Now, are they going to see a weapon like a T.J. Bedwell and a Greg Bolt, a combination like that?
Well,
not at least in the first 2 weeks.
Correct.
But they could in the sectional championship, presumably which could be Concordia.
And we know Concordia has a pretty good passing attack as they have their star receiver and star quarterback back from last year. So I think Concordia, if it gets to that point, Concordia will definitely look at this Columbia City film and look at the Norwell defense. And hopefully Luke Graft and John Colbert are back at that point, and Norwell makes it to that point, and that would change things a lot, as I believe it would have tonight. But hey, Norwell's got to make adjustments. I'm excited for this second half. It should be entertaining.
We're in the upper 40s here at the Courtyard tonight. Another picturesque, perfect night. We haven't dealt with precipitation all season long, and of course, we probably will in the sectional now that I said that, and I know you're going to blame me for that, so that's fine.
Yep.
But Columbia City will kick to Norwell here to start this third quarter. Norwell won the toss to begin the game and deferred to the second half. We thought putting their best foot forward and then got toasted over the top on the first drive by T.J. Bedwell from 58 yards on a deep strike. Kleffiker is on for Columbia City. The Knights have Leighton Bailey back to receive for Norwell. And Isaiah Bregu had a couple decent returns.
You gotta
expect Columbia City to kick it away from him.
Yeah, exactly. You did mention maybe an onside kick. I don't know if that'll come.
It's a short kick.
They kick it to him.
How about that? Bregu with a full head of steam. That's a dangerous man with that kind of momentum behind him. Drives forward to the 40-yard line. Excellent starting field position for Norwell on their first drive of the second half.
I heard that hit that Isaiah just caused there, but like you said, a dangerous man with a full head of steam. Good return again. Good field position for this Norwell offense. Big drive to start the second half.
So we saw Eli Riley throw his third interception of the season. Norwell was plus 14 in the turnover margin coming into tonight, but they've turned it over twice in the first half. And that was on a fumble by Bregu and the aforementioned pick by Eli Riley, both of which came in the first quarter. Riley comes under center on the first play of the third quarter. Riley a screen pass, and Bregu has it. Bregu outside the numbers. A host of Eagles come in to finish him off after a gain of 2.
That screen has had quite a bit of success tonight for this Norwell offense. Got three yards on there. That's not a bad play to start the drive.
Jace Cheney into the game for the Knights at receiver, along with Klein, Neuenschwander, and Bo Morgan. Neuenschwander getting some of his first, but at the same time, Ringer has only been stopped on a couple of occasions, and a couple of those came down near the goal line.
Yeah, and I think Coach Josh Gerber obviously knows that. He knows he's always going to have that in his back pocket to go to Ringer up the middle, and that's wouldn't be a bad time to do it again here.
Norwell riding a 5-game winning streak.
Got him to jump.
And there's an encroachment penalty that'll set up 1st and 5 for Norwell.
That's a good job by Eli Riley. Good play call. I'm not sure if that came from the coach or came from him, but it's a good time to do it. They've went on the same count all night and got Columbia City eager there. Good easy way to pick up 5 yards.
Miles
and
Babcock,
still first down.
Miles Babcock checks in for Jace Cheney. 1st and 5 for the Knights on the Eagle 38-yard line. Riley under center. Predictable run to Ringer. Big hole. Ringer up the gash. And Ringer out to the 22-yard line. Norwell again moves the chain. 16 yards on the run.
This is good for momentum. This at home.
Starting to dominate with the run.
That's right, and that's huge. It's going to be big down the stretch. Norwell, if they were to take the lead, man, that would be big. So Norwell's got to finish this drive in the end zone, though. I know I keep saying that, but, well, technically don't have to.
You get back to a one-score
8,
game
man,
with
a field
goal. So Norwell's been down by as many as 21 points in this game. Ringer only got a yard that time. Bit of a bad transfer.
Yeah.
Again, could have turned into a disaster. At any point now, if Norwell turns it over, you're really putting yourself in a bad position. So you just have to stay away from the turnover here in this second half.
Yep, secure the ball. It's not like Norwell to turn it over a lot. I mean, we saw him get a little careless with it last week against Huntington North in the second half, but 2 turnovers in the first half have definitely killed him. But
so
like you said,
the wind has picked up a little bit. There's a bit of a breeze here, and Norwell's working with it at its back. Riley decides to keep it. Scampers forward inside the 10. Riley to the goal line, gets a block. Touchdown! Eli Riley scampers in from 21, and the Knights are storming back and are within 5 points. And now the question becomes, do you go for 2?
I think no, it looks like De Leon's on. So I think Coach Josh Gerber realizes that, hey, there's plenty of time left in this ball game. You're going to have to get a stop either way.
Now, Coach Gerber's counting on his guys scoring another touchdown in this game, which
for sure.
The way they moved on that
margin,
drive is that's not hard to imagine.
Like I said in the halftime show, I didn't think the Norwell offense really needed to make much adjustments. Just be themselves and not turn the ball over, and that's what they did on that drive. That was a great drive to start the second half. Couldn't ask for a better drive there.
I'll tell you, the wind has really picked up. Oh, it's a fake. Riley rolling to his left, now back to his right. Riley on the move. Still, what a big block, and open in the end zone.
Oh, and he dropped it.
And it's a drop.
And this guy, Columbia City, is done.
That is a bad call. That's a penalty anyway on the play. That's a horrible call. If they called a blindside block, that's a horrible call. Because, I mean, quite frankly, and he is shaken up. But I'm telling you, he squared him up and just blasted him. That's a legal hit. That's ridiculous. Now, it doesn't matter because Norwell dropped it anyway. But that's just a bad call. It'll be declined. So it will not hurt Norwell. And I really try not to rip officials too much, but if that's what it is.
Well, I didn't even see the flag on the field, so that's.
Yeah, it came behind him. He did throw it. They're talking about it here.
Well, hopefully
referee
he just picks it up because either way.
Well, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but it's whether it's a bad call or not is just.
Yeah, I mean it's the principle.
Yeah.
Brad Prather is our referee tonight. And
Man,
again, they're still talking about it. He was laid out, but it was clearly a legal hit.
He was laid out, and let's talk about the play by Riley, going to the left and then to the right and finding a guy. But, man, he's got to make that catch in the back of the end zone wide open. But
so this has become a pretty lengthy discussion between our 5 officials tonight.
No call yet.
So they picked it up or what?
Might be explaining to the Columbia City coach, Brett Fox, that
I don't know.
Hit? I'm not sure.
I'm telling you, Bo, the wind is going to make an impact in the second half because it has really picked up. So that's kind of a side note, but Norwell's working with the wind in this third quarter. So that could become an issue. Now, Norwell's down 5 instead of 4, so that's big.
Of note, I don't know if that was a design fake. He might have fumbled the snap because he was looking to roll out to the left, and there was no receivers rolling out to the left. They looked like they were more blocking until they turned around and saw him scrambling and then rolled out.
Well, I don't understand what
way,
could be taking so long here. I mean, this has been a long first half the way it was. There's no reason for a discussion to be taking place at this point. He dropped the 2-point conversion, so this doesn't matter. Whatever.
Well, Columbia City coach does not look happy.
Well, too bad.
But
because
either way, you walk away and you play the game. I mean, that's
so. Did they officially pick it up? So.
Yes, shut up.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you probably picked that one up on our A+ crowd mic.
Yelled right into it.
Again, we look. This is a contentious game. This is what has become a pretty good rivalry over the last few years.
Yeah, Columbia City is not liked by many people around here.
No, apparently they're gonna pick up the flag. I guess that's what's happened. No, they did call it. So, well, whatever, but I'm saying, I'm telling you, if it was a blindside block, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like I said, because they dropped the 2-point conversion, so it's a moot point in the end. But that's a bad call if that's what it was, because that's as legal as a hit as you can get. I know he laid him out. I know he laid him out. But
you're allowed to do that if it's legal.
Exactly.
That's just football's a physical sport.
Said,
it's allowed to happen. It's going to happen.
We really try not to talk about officials, and it doesn't even make an impact, so we'll let it go. But a miss, in my opinion.
Nice kick by De Leon.
Oh, he fumbled it back inside the 10, inside the 5. Ball still on the ground. Greased pig picked up near the 5 and finished off there. Terrible starting field position and a special teams gaffe by the
momentum
Eagles.
Norwell's way right now. Tell you what Norwell can't do is be silly and get something silly like an unsportsmanlike or anything.
We've seen them do that plenty of times.
Hey, I love the energy from the Norwell fans.
Yeah, they're getting into it now.
They need to. But you remember the last time Columbia City had their backs against the wall, they delivered a 94-yard strike to Bedwell. So Norwell has to be careful right here. But, man, all the momentum in Norwell's favor. If they can come up with a stop here, a 3-and-out, huge.
How quickly things can turn. And it's not the first time it's happened with Norwell this year. We saw it at East Noble in Kendallville, where Norwell got their first win in almost 15 years. Norwell trailed 17-0 in the first half of that game.
Now watch for Columbia City to take a shot.
Yeah, well, this is exactly the spot they were in when they had the 96-yard touchdown. This would be 94. Dropping back to pass, Bolt throws it, and it's incomplete. Out of the hands of Garrett Geiger. Oh, boy.
Oh, they're complaining about a late hit, but it was right after that. No.
So, yeah, Columbia City fans were unhappy with the ending of that play.
Well,
so 2nd and 10.
Things are going to get edgy between fans and just – I mean, that was – good no call. I mean, there was nothing there. So
2nd and 10 here for Columbia City as the tensions continue to rise between these two teams and at times their fans.
Well, you got to believe Columbia City thought they had this game in the bag for sure, up 21-0. But
yeah,
get a little chippy now that their momentum, they feel it.
And it was a good fake, and Bolt just didn't get anything. Bolt got back to the line of scrimmage.
Huge
Joel
third
Rinkenberger
down.
in on the stop. 3rd and 10. And this has a chance for the Norwell fans to maybe make the most noise they've made all night long. So, I'm telling you, for whatever reason, the breeze has really picked up here in this third quarter.
It's added to the energy.
It has on a cool night here in Ossian, Week 9. Columbia City spreads it out on 3rd and 10 with their backs against the wall on their own 6-yard line. Norwell fans trying to make some noise. They bring the blitz. Bolt sets up, throws down the sideline, out of the reach of Bedwell. And Columbia City goes 3 and out. And Norwell, assuming nothing crazy happens, should have really good starting field position.
I said that'd be huge, a big 3 and out. Norwell has all the momentum, and they can feel it. Good energy. That was good coverage right there on the play. Bedwell ran a wheel route, and the last time he ran that, he took it to the house. little overthrown ball there by Bolt.
Yeah, Norwell had it better covered that time.
Oh, yeah,
anyway.
definitely. Forced Bolt to kind of thread the needle, and he didn't. So,
all right, so it's
now Norwell's ran into the kicker a couple times this season. If they're going for it, if they're going for a block here, it's
Garrett Kleffiker gets this one away with ease, but it's a shorter kick with the wind, and Braggy fumbles it.
Okay,
goes down at the 33-yard line, and again, that was impacted by the wind. I'm telling you, that turns into a 27-yard punt, and you
short
can see
field
that.
for Norwell.
Well,
here we go.
After he got it up into the air, it kind of checked up, and Braggy had to really race in and get it. So
you're right, he did, and caused him to fumble it. I mean, I'm sure he wasn't expecting it to die like that. But
so 8:33 remains in this third quarter. Norwell has fought back. It's 28-23. They were down as many as 21 in the first half, trailed by 11 at halftime, scored a touchdown, but failed on the two-point conversion fake on their first drive of the second half, and are now in prime position to score again. Ringer, a patient run to the right, and spins forward for a gain of 3 down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's good pickup for Norwell. That's first down, you get 4 or 5 yards. You can't ask for much more on a run up the middle. Columbia City defender kind of just throwing Ringer forward, but I'm sure Ringer says
we've said that multiple times tonight.
Yeah, for sure, but Ringer's not mad about it.
So Ringer is in there again, obviously. Norwell just does not have any depth or options at that running back position without John Colbert. Drew Ringer would be the true backup at this point. Riley on a design keeper. Riley cuts back inside, switches field, and gets a... Oh, is he still on his feet? He is. I thought he was down. Scampers back, and he's brought down at the 3-yard line. I thought he was finished off.
Well, I thought he was too. I stopped the camera. I thought he was down, but great job by Riley. That's just will that you're not taking me down.
So how about that?
Well,
a scamper of 27 puts Norwell at 1st and goal on the 3.
Well, I know I made an NFL reference to when Aiden Coots was running Le'Veon Bell. I'm going to say that was Lamar Jackson right there.
Well, I was going to say, as far as we're going down that road.
That was,
Okay, so Norwell has a chance to take the lead. Didn't think we'd be saying that at this point. 7.5 left in the third quarter. Braggy in motion. Riley hands it off to Ringer.
And
touchdown! Max Ringer from 3 yards, and the Knights have their first lead of the game.
And the crowd erupts. Momentum all in the Knights' favor. Looks like Norwell's going to go for 2 here.
Oh, yeah, you got to go for 2 now.
Leaving the offense on the field, try to get up by 3.
Man, what a comeback already. And this game is still far from over as Columbia City has that big play ability. But Norwell has had the dominating hand through the first 4.5 minutes of this quarter.
Man, you talk about this Norwell team being resilient, battling through adversity, and they have so far. throughout this whole season.
So the Knights are not bluffing this time. They straight up show it for two, and it's a keeper, and Riley's going to get in with ease.
Yep.
He's pushed down near the goal line, but he's well in, as that was going to be, that was destined to be 2 points for Eli Riley.
Yeah, the Columbia City defense was outnumbered on that side. They just had no answer for that play call. That's just a great play call, just outmatched. Wow.
So all of a sudden, Norwell is up 31-28 with 7:17 to go here in this third quarter, and there's so much of the second half left to be played. You figured if Norwell was going to come back in this game, it was going to take a couple of long drives and, a couple methodical, thought-out drives that get him into the end zone, and you wouldn't take the lead until presumably the fourth quarter, if you did take the lead at all. But the Knights have raced out and answered Columbia City with 14 points of their own to start this third quarter. Also, Norwell's been pretty good in the third quarter this year as well, now outscoring opponents 54-8. So Norwell's been good on that front as well. So a lot going on here at the Courtyard tonight. It's not senior night like it typically would be, but it's kind of unofficially senior night. And
doesn't reach the 5 or even the end zone with the wind behind him.
So what a crazy sequence of events that Norwell has led themselves in front now, trailing by as many as 21 in the first half. De Leon, the left footer. No Josh Scott tonight. Puts everything he has into that one. Sails back to the 7-yard line. And that is Bedwell, who is taken down near the 25-yard line, maybe just short of it. So Bedwell, a decent return. And Columbia City will start on their own 24.
Nice job by De Leon. Nice kick. Nice job by the kickoff team. And see if the defense can keep up their intensity, as you got to believe Columbia City knows they've gotten most of their points from a big play. So Columbia City might maybe try to put a drive together, and I'm not sure. Look for maybe a trick play. We've seen them run one.
He traveled well tonight. 7:09 left in the third quarter. Norwell has their first lead of the night at 31-28. Bolt from the gun on first down. Bolt scrambling, cut down across the 25. Joel Rinkenberger making the tackle. And so Bolt gets to the 27 for a gain of 3 on first down.
Norwell can't be mad about that. I mean, when you have a quarterback like Greg Bolt who can scramble for 20, 25 yards like we saw in the first quarter, to stop him for 3, that's a lot better than a scramble for 20 or a pass downfield. That's good job by that Norwell defense.
2nd and 7. Geiger on the sweep. Geiger taken down at the 30-yard line. Really nice tackle on the outside, as it appeared Geiger was going to have more room as Eli Riley was in on the tackle.
Boy, would this be another big stop. Another 3 and out quick. Man, this would be huge. Norwell fans, get up.
Yeah, Norwell fans are making some noise.
Yeah.
You talk about coming alive in this third quarter.
I see the camera shaking a little bit.
Yeah. You know it's getting real when he breaks out Hell's Bells.
Yeah, he brought it out. He brought it out last time. I was making sure he was. And
3rd down and
1 for 1 when Hell's Bells is out. Let's see if they can go 2 for 2 here.
Yeah, and historically I've been like 1 for 38. Bolt hands it off, and I don't think he got there. I think he's going to be a yard short.
He's going to be short.
Again, Rinkenberger made all 3 tackles in that sequence. Ethan Sievers comes up a yard short. Columbia City's going to go fast on 4th down and 1.
Watch for him to try to get him to jump off sides here.
Now they relax. They came directly to the line. Everything's fallen silent.
Yeah, no more crowd noise here.
Well,
no, the crowd mic didn't turn off. The crowd just did.
Yeah,
Norwell's got to look for Columbia City and maybe try to get him to jump off sides.
I don't think Columbia City's even going to get to the line.
No, they're going to call a timeout here.
Yeah.
Maybe take a delay of game and punt it.
No, I wouldn't take the delay. They're going to take a timeout, and Columbia City will think things over, and they'll talk about whether they want to go for this or not. Norwell is in front, 31-28, 5:06 left in the third on The Voice.
Farms, an online meat market, has a heart for people and a focus to provide a variety of locally raised, 100% grass-fed or grain-fed beef, pork, and poultry. Their shopping experience is easy. Simply visit HoosierCreekFarmsLLC.com, fill up your cart with high-quality, locally raised meats, and choose to have it delivered in an insulated box right to your front door. Or you can pick it up in Bluffton or Huntington. You can find recipes and cooking tips by following them on Facebook and Instagram. Begin cooking with confidence. Hoosier Creek Farms, high quality, locally raised meats. HoosierCreekFarmsLLC.com.
Knights up 3 here, 5:06 left in this third quarter. I've made quite the doorman over here this year. I didn't really expect that to happen, but the doors are a little dysfunctional here at the press box and have a lock issue. So if it slams shut with the wind we've had tonight and on various other games.
Well, this is...
So Columbia City is lining up to go for it.
Well,
they are going to try. This is a risky move.
You know, I'd look for him to maybe get him to jump off sides, and if they don't,
I think they're
in
going
a pooch
for
punt
it
or something.
Maybe, but he's not that far back. I think they're going for this. Bolt. Norwell almost jumped.
Get him.
Bolt is snapping it, and they're going to go for it. Falls a blocker, and he gets upended, but he got it.
Yep.
Bolt got the yard necessary, maybe an extra half a yard. So, boy, that was a risky play call, and it pays off for Columbia City and keeps the drive alive.
Yeah, I did not expect them to snap that ball and
actually Brett Fox is not afraid to do anything. I think he realizes at this point, again, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean a ton. I mean, this is, you always play to win, and this is a bit of a rivalry game. But neither one of these teams are competing for the conference tonight, but they both act like it. This has been a high-energy game, a lot of fun to watch. Handoff this time.
Nice
and
job.
There's just nothing there as they extended Gabe Barrera out to the left side. Barrera has been a pretty much non-factor tonight, and he picks up a yard to make it at 2nd down and 9.
Boy, I always harp that Norwell defense strength is inside, but they do a really nice job on sweeps and jet sweeps of stringing it out and waiting for other defenders to get there. That's just, they do really impressive. The inside and outside linebackers of holding their leverage and making sure that running back has to cut back inside into the teeth. That's just a great job.
We're ticking towards 4 minutes left in this third quarter. Norwell on top, 31-28. And it has been a huge change from the first half. Bolt back to pass on 2nd and long. It's caught near the 40 and then taken down by Eli Riley. Inbounds. That was T.J. Bedwell making another grab. That was his shortest catch of the night, as he's been the big play striker. 3 huge plays over the top for him. 3rd down and 5 on the 40-yard line.
Another big 3rd down. Bring out the Hells Bells. It's 2 for 2.
Yeah, but they got 4th down. Does that
yeah,
count?
Well, on 3rd down, third down, it's 2 for 2.
Well, it's 3rd and 5 here. 3rd and mid-range. Columbia City's gotten a couple of these tonight, and they have converted on some big plays. They spread out 4 receivers set on this 3rd and 5. He's looking to throw all the way. It's popped up.
Nice
incomplete.
job. That's a great play by Eli Riley. Noticing the ball was tipped and then just going straight after the receiver. I know you can go after the ball there, but that's just a great job. Great play by Eli Riley. A veteran play for sure.
So Columbia City was looking for T.J. Bedwell again, the sure-handed receiver. It was a little bit high, and then Riley came in to finish him off.
So going for 4th down, succeeds, but then they get stopped, and great job by Norwell defense standing strong. Tell you what, they've made the adjustments so far.
They've had their moments here in this second half. Kleffiker gets off a low line driving kick. Got to get away from that one.
Yeah.
They do. Comes to rest near the 27-yard line. So Norwell will start with 3:07 left in this third quarter. They lead by 3. And I just, it's one of those things where we knew that the comeback was possible, but highly unlikely that they'd be in this position at this point in the game.
Especially 3 minutes left in the third quarter. I thought maybe they
That's what I'm saying.
recapture the lead late in the 4th, and it's one of those. But, man, Norwell's just came out firing on all cylinders here in the second half, and they're just rolling, and more points here would be huge.
Riley takes the snap on 1st down. It's a screen pass to Bo Morgan. Morgan out to the 35. Pretty good 1st down gain of 8.
They've thrown that to Morgan plenty of times. They know it has success. I mean, I think the shortest gain he's gotten on that play is maybe 4 or 5 yards. You get that each time. That's just a go-to play. Tell you what, Norwell's had a couple go-to plays tonight. They've got Breggy up the middle, which they haven't ran in the second half yet. I expect it, though. And then they've got Ringer, who's just always a go-to man, and then they've thrown that screen to Morgan. And that, if you have 3 go-to plays that have success on more times than not, you're in good shape.
Pistol set on second down. Riley. And they get Columbia City to jump.
Yep.
This will be encroachment, and it'll give Norwell a free first down. Second time Columbia City has been called for encroachment, I think. There's a brief discussion going on, but I think this is on Columbia City.
Well, Columbia City's backing up like it's on them.
Yeah, I would think this is encroachment.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So he gives Norwell a first down here.
Yeah, that's the second time. That's big. Second time Columbia City's done that.
Norwell goes quick. Counter. Breggy out of a tackle. Breggy spinning forward to midfield where he's close to another first down.
And he
But
got
he's
it.
down. Yeah, he's okay. A little bit shaken up on that play.
Yeah,
kind of
just
came down on his tailbone, I think.
Yep.
Maybe his back.
Maybe wind knocked out of him or something.
Yeah,
but
he's kind
tough
of
kid.
Kind of trying to stretch out the backside there.
Tough kid Breggy is, and
yeah, he is.
He shows it when he runs.
Oh yeah.
Head down and go. Anybody in his way, watch out, because it's gonna be tough to stop him.
Wind still a factor, as Norwell will be going against the wind in the fourth quarter. Ringer gets 3, maybe 4. The spots have actually been pretty generous tonight in favor of the offense.
Yeah, they have.
They actually do give him about 4 yards on that play, almost.
Well, you only complain when you're on the defensive side. Surely when you're on the offensive side, you're not complaining
It's
at
not
all.
one-sided. It just seems to be a little skewed towards the offense.
Yeah.
This crew has done a really good job tonight. This is at times has been a bit of a chippy game. You know, these teams are really playing hard here in the final week of the regular season, and it's a bit of a rivalry. Riley, quick screen pass, incomplete. It might be backwards. They're going to rule it backwards, and Columbia City's going to jump on it. Columbia City is going to get it. They're going to talk about it, but I think that was a backwards pass, and it is. And Columbia City gets it on the 39-yard line. That's a heck of a mistake to make, but it appeared to me Eli Riley doesn't like it. But at least from our vantage point, it looked like it was, if it wasn't close, you know, it was, I think it was a backwards pass.
That was close. I mean,
it was close.
It was either sideways or backwards. It definitely wasn't forwards.
but Breggy gave up on the play. And if it's sideways, then it's a backwards pass.
Yeah,
so it's
man.
So that's a killer. Big
well,
turnover. Man, it gives Columbia City excellent field position here. With,
Norwell has all the momentum, and then
that's just.
Well, what do you expect coming out of this game?
Oh yeah, this has been crazy. Bolt, the gun. Bolt, a pump fake. Bolt, deep ball, outside, caught inside the 10 and inside the 5-yard line. Hunter Heron, a big strike of 36 yards, puts Columbia City at first and goal.
There's a Norwell defender there. He is right there, and I think that was Klein Neuenschwander right there to make a play on the ball and just hesitates.
What a turn of events. So Norwell throws a backwards pass. Brady gives up on it, and so it'll go down as a Riley fumble. And, again, this Columbia City, it has been the Norwell mistakes that have really made the difference.
Third turnover tonight.
Right. Columbia City hasn't turned it over. So they've been much more careful with the football, and it's showing right now. I formation again here as they hand it off. Barrera is smoked in the backfield, and Brody Bolin was all over it back at the 10.
Nice job by Bolin. He's been kind of quiet tonight.
Hasn't played all the snaps.
Nope, he hasn't, but I know it's been a lot of pass rush for him, but, man, that's a great job capitalizing on an opportunity there. That makes second and goal tough, man.
33 seconds left in this third quarter. Columbia City is knocking on the door. Dangerous time here for Norwell, and if they could force a field goal attempt, then they could keep this game tied. Columbia City's trying to take the lead. And there's the penalty marker.
False start coming.
Yep. So back to Columbia City up. Columbia City's hurt themselves with a couple penalties.
Yeah,
here
they really
in this
have.
third quarter.
Norwell's catching a couple breaks here. Man, they cannot allow a deep pass to the end zone here. They got 15 yards, 16 yards to go before they even sniff the end zone, man.
Okay, they don't have to snap it again before this third quarter comes to an end. They won't. They'll go with the wind, which is of note with the field goal possibility here. They've got 2nd and long. They need to get to the goal line, and they're back at the 15. We've got a heck of a fourth quarter shaping up for you. We'll be back after this break. Norwell leading Columbia City 31-28.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic in Bluffton. My goal with chiropractic treatment is to make you feel and function better by providing neurostructural corrections to help put your spine back into alignment, to strengthen your nerve system, and to relieve nerve pain. We strive to help you heal and stay healthy for years to come. Our full-service chiropractic team in Bluffton provides corrective exercises, lifestyle advice, along with spinal and postural screenings.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Altair, and I'm proud to join the team here at Corrective Chiropractic. Our goal is to figure out what is causing your pain and restore movement to the optimal level. From infants to older adults, chiropractic is a safe way to manage growing pains and other body trauma. Did you know that chiropractic care can strengthen your overall immune system? Give us a call at 260-353-1400. Chiropractic care can help you on your journey to the best version of you.
Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
Has a slim 3-point lead here entering the final quarter of play in what has become a fantastic game to watch. You know, this has been, aside from East Noble, by far the most entertaining game Norwell's played in this year, at least from a competition standpoint. Norwell has blown out every team it's beaten except for East Noble, and the only game they lost, of course, was at Leo. So there's been a lot of blowouts, a lot of kind of snoozer second halves. This has not been one of them. Norwell had trailed by 21 in the first quarter, and in fact, at times in the second quarter, and have come storming back, and now lead 31-28. 2nd and goal from the 15. Bolt rolling to his left, now back to the right. Norwell's got him covered well, but he gets a block, and shoves forward to the 10. Ball's on the ground, and we'll see who has it. I think Columbia City jumped back on it. They did, and so they'll wind the clock as it gets to the 10-yard line.
This is kind of me whining, but I saw a lineman come back and almost make another block like Norwell did, and they called a blindside block on. But
so 3rd and goal from the 10, and it's an interesting decision coming up here for Columbia City. They've got plenty of leg. This is well within distance for Garrett Kleffiker. And so if they don't get a bunch of yards, but if they get inside the 5, they might think about going for it.
Sure.
It's an interesting decision, but
we've seen Brett Fox take risky decisions. So
it's contingent on Norwell getting a stop here. Seavers in the backfield with Bolt. Bolt throws to the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown! Hunter Heron near the near side pylon, and the Eagles are back in front.
I don't know what to say about that defensive. I mean, see, at that point when you're at the 10-yard line, you can press, because if you get beat deep, there's not much room to get beat deep.
Yeah, it was pretty soft.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get playing.
Okay, big PAT coming up here for Kleffiker. This can make it so that Norwell has to get a touchdown to take the lead. Right now, a field goal would tie it. Kleffiker, he botched it, and it's huge. It was not a good hold, and so that keeps it a 3-point game. Huge play in this ball game.
Yeah, it was like a double take. I don't think the hold was
it was
bad.
a bad. Well, I don't know. He just kind of, I don't know. He almost whiffed on it. So that's a big play. Again, what would you expect out of this this particular contest here tonight? Columbia City leading Norwell 34-31. Just over 11 minutes to go. Columbia City just responded. Norwell turned it over, had all the momentum in the second half, threw a backwards pass. Brady gave up on it, and Columbia City jumped on it to the 39. Right away, Columbia City goes big strike out to Hunter Heron, who had the big play to get Columbia City inside the 10, sets up 1st and goal, and they convert on 3rd and goal from the 10 after a penalty. So the Eagles are back in front 34-31, and Norwell has their work cut out. But again, now a field goal keeps them in the game. So again, they are working towards the wind in this fourth quarter.
Well, we've seen De Leon kick one into the wind, although the wind wasn't as big of a problem in the first half.
Right,
We saw him hit one going that way.
Yeah, made one from 30 yards from the right hash.
Range. We know he has
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot
he's
of
got
range.
plenty of range. But, obviously Norwell trying to keep their eyes on the end zone at this point.
Yeah. The offense really hasn't, knock on wood, the offense really hasn't had too many problems in this
now they've moved the ball
second
well.
half. Really, all game, I feel like the offense hasn't had many problems. They've only been stopped one time to punt. Other than that, they've turned the ball over, they've shot themselves in the foot, and they've given Columbia City good field position. And Columbia City, hey, they've capitalized on those turnovers for sure. But, like I said, Norwell offense, they're rolling tonight. They just keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Kleffiker to kick this one away. Norwell trying to guard against an onside kick here, but I don't think that's coming. But it's a little short pooch into the middle of the field. And Norwell has a little bit of trouble with it. That's Rinkenberger out to the outside. Rinkenberger across the 40, escapes a tackle, midfield. Rinkenberger still on his feet, down close to the Columbia City 35-yard line. Boy, the pooch decisions have not worked well for Columbia City
tonight. Not at all. You'd think maybe they'd just try to take it deep one time, but no. They pooched it every time, and it has not worked at all. It's a great job by Rinkenberger. Kind of the same body type as Isaiah Breggy, and Rinkenberger stiff-arming a guy, juking a guy out. That's good to see from him.
Ryan Sheets kind of comes off the play a little shaken up. Norwell at the 37-yard line, so an extremely short field to work with, and likely only 15 yards to get into range for Daly. Now a
Columbia
whistle.
City timeout. Yep. That's huge. That's their second one they've used.
Yeah, it's a big one. And while they take that, let's take a break. 34-31 Eagles on The Voice.
Soaring high above, exploring our planet. Professional timepiece designed to take flight. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory.
3-point Columbia City lead here as we're just over a minute into the fourth quarter. Norwell is in prime position here. They're on the 37-yard line after a huge return from Joel Rinkenberger following the kickoff. After Columbia City scored a touchdown on 3rd and goal from the 10. It's worth noting that obviously Kleffiker botched the PAT. It's only the second extra point he's missed all season long. And so Norwell has to the right side. Shoestring tackle made by Ethan Sievers across the 30-yard line. Close to a first down near the 27.
Nice job by Riley. He's been tough to bring down tonight. He's just had a lot of balance tonight and broken a lot of tackles. I wonder what that stat is on how many missed tackles he's forced.
So they call it 2nd and a yard on the 28. Now's your chance to take a shot at the end zone.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Bo Morgan down here on a one-on-one.
Yep. Single coverage to the right. Instead, they hand it off, play it safe with Ringer, who will get them the necessary yardage for a first down. So he gets down to the 26. Knights move the chains, keep the drive alive.
See, that's a big thing about having Luke Graft out.
Yeah, you take your big playmaker away.
Yeah, you really do. As we haven't seen Norwell take a lot of shots downfield, which they really haven't needed to. They've had success moving the ball in other ways, but that's definitely a threat that Columbia City doesn't have to worry about, and it's taken away from the Norwell offense. But
so it's a 3-point Columbia City lead. 10-10 left in the ball game. Norwell 7-1, trying to finish off their conference season with just one loss. Riley, another design play to the left, cuts back to the middle. Riley still on his feet across the 10.
Nice shot by Riley. He's just been slippery tonight, man. Can't get brought down. They've had good design runs. They've had good blocking in front of him, and he's made the most of it.
1st and goal. Ball's resting on the 9-yard line. Klein Neuenschwander in the game for the Knights. Taking the plays to Eli Riley. Plenty of time on the play clock. And interesting decision coming up. Norwell kind of got stopped once in the first half near the goal line, ended up having to settle for 3. And they went with Ringer pretty much every play. And they give it to him here. Gets inside the 5.
That's a big first down play. I mean, I know it's first and goal, but it's 1st and 9, and you pick up 5. That's huge.
So this is chip shot range for De Leon. So if the Knights have to get bailed out, it's there, but you're inside the 5-yard line.
You're punching it in the end zone here.
You wonder if, I don't know. It would make for an interesting decision, but we're a couple downs away from that.
Hopefully Norwell does not get to that point. But
Riley under center. Ringer back there again. This carry goes to Breggy up the middle towards the goal line. Touchdown! Isaiah Breggy gives the Knights the lead back as we ride the seesaw here in the second half.
That's one of those 3 go-to plays I mentioned earlier. In the third quarter, I mentioned that as Breggy up the middle. It's had success all night, has success again. Norwell retakes the lead for the 4th lead change of the game.
That's right. And De Leon is on to try an important extra point. We just saw Columbia City biff one.
Yeah, big extra point.
Huge.
Especially Columbia City's going with
the wind
on their backs. So, yeah, this is huge.
De Leon has only missed 1 all season. And it's good. 38-34, Knights have retaken the lead. Take a quick break and return with the balance of the ball game on The Voice.
We're here at Craigville Appliance. We just wanted to say to all the fall athletes, good luck on this season. Be safe, be strong, compete to the highest level. Always practice good sportsmanship. If moms and dads, I know it's time, washer and dryer season, we'll take care of you here at Craigville Appliance. We can deliver it, install it, no big deal here at Craigville Appliance. Good luck, have a great season, compete to the highest level.
8:51 to go here at the Courtyard. Norwell is on top now, 38-34. This has just been a crazy ball game. Columbia City opened it up with a 21-point lead. Norwell has, coming into tonight, only given up 32 points all season long in the second half. And, Columbia City has had some success here, but only six in this second half, and that came just moments ago. Norwell marching on a responsive drive and have the lead back. 8:51 to go. De Leon is on to kick it away for the Knights. It's decided that Norwell has had better returns than Columbia City tonight, and even though De Leon is filling in for Josh Scott tonight.
He's done a really nice job. He really has. The wind in his face now.
Yeah, had the one kick out of bounds in the first half, ended up having to kick it again, and it worked out nicely for Norwell. 45-degree clear night here at the Courtyard. De Leon, again, pooch style near the 35. It's received, and then he is blasted at the 36-yard line. Man.
Well, at that point, if he's not going to return it, he needs to just fall down.
Yeah, you got to get out of the way, or call for a fair catch, which he could have done.
Yeah, exactly. If he's not looking to return that, you got to fall down.
Clayton Scott got smothered.
You got to.
Okay, so the ball rests on the 36-yard line of Columbia City. Again, this is basically a make-or-break drive. I mean, we're down to that point. These two teams have traded blows here in the second half. Norwell has the advantage at the moment.
Well, Norwell can't give up a big play here.
Well, they spread it out on first down.
Can't.
Bolt to the left. Bolt now cuts it back to the middle, and there's no room there. He has pushed back, lost a yard.
Does that go down as a sack, Derek?
No, that was a design keeper, so no sack.
Okay.
As
Zach Christensen limping, that's not a good sign.
Well, Matt Taylor challenged his guys to get 7 sacks tonight. Norwell has been nowhere close to that number. Nowhere close. Zach Christensen is limping off.
Yeah, they were waiting on the referees to call something, but he didn't go down, so.
Leighton Bailey is out here at corner for the Knights. Now the clock winds. 2nd down and 11 as the Eagles play behind the sticks. Relatively high snap, and then a deep ball over the middle and incomplete.
He was open.
Blew it past Hunter Heron, who was open. And since the Knights have made the adjustment to key in on Bedwell, Heron has been the second choice for Columbia City.
Yeah, he definitely has, and he hasn't been a bad second choice for Columbia City to this point, but I think that was more on Bolt than Heron, as Heron was streaking down the field open, and He had yards after the catch to be had, but couldn't connect, and long third down for Columbia City.
So Columbia City had scored 2 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. Norwell has the second best scoring defense in Class 3A, and we found ourselves in a shootout here in the last regular season game. Bolt swallowed up. They pushed the pile back, and that's a sack.
There's the first sack of the night, I believe.
I think that's right.
And it comes in a big time. Norwell up 4, forced Columbia City to punt.
Rinkenberger and Bolin in on the sack there, although there were a couple of guys that came in to finish him off. And now it's 4th down and a mile, so Klefker is back on for Columbia City. The Knights have a chance to put this game away with the touchdown. End-over-end kick, fair caught at the 35. Pregame makes that fair catch.
Smart decision.
Yeah, very. It's a
job.
safe play. I mean, there's nothing
sure.
wrong with that at all.
And 35-yard line's great field position, so smart play by Pregame. And tell you what, if Norwell doesn't turn the ball over, I see them having a lot of success on this drive. A lot of momentum. Haven't really been stalled out really ever. So.
Well, if they can avoid the turnover, Norwell has proven that they could move the ball pretty efficiently, but they have turned it over 3 times. That the backwards pass is really the only reason Columbia City's in this game.
Yep.
Set them up inside the Norwell 40. Under center here on 1st down. Riley hands it off to Ringer. Ringer pushing forward to the 40. 1st down run of 5.
Well, you can't ask for better. I've preached it all night. I mean, you got a 1st down play that gets you 5 yards. 2nd down, it's easy call on 2nd down. You can do whatever you want.
Miles Babcock exits as Klein Neuenschweiner comes back into the game. They've kind of traded spots several times tonight.
Yeah, they'll have a receiver stand on the sideline and be ready to make the play call, so the receiver doesn't have to run over, get the play, run back out. It's just keeping legs fresh. It's nice to have a 2-man or 3-man rotation going, and Norwell's done that for years.
Riley out of the gun. Riley to the right. And how does he stay on his feet? And then he just got shoved forward.
For a 1st down.
I don't understand. Easton Carnahan just could have made the tackle from behind. Instead, he's decided to check him, and he body checked him from behind an extra 4 yards, and he moves the chains.
That's just...
That's not the first time that's happened tonight.
No. Well, it's good job by Riley. It shows you the leg strength he has of staying on his feet, evading tackles, and finishing forward on every run. I mean, we've preached it. The whole Norwell team on offense just finished forward with the ball.
Riley, handoff goes to Ringer. Ringer, no problem. Doesn't even face contact until he gets 5 yards. That's just
that's on the offensive line.
Right.
That is the offensive line. If nobody's touching him for 5 yards, that's all the offensive line owning the line of scrimmage, and they've done that all night. And Columbia City really has had no chance at stopping that inside run because of the big boys up front for Norwell.
Well, Columbia City at some point is going to start running out of time. We're under 6 minutes, and the way Norwell's moving it on the ground, that clock is not stopping anytime soon, except on 1st downs. And I would not expect Norwell to go away from the run. Ringer, easy 1st down.
Yeah,
I mean, easily. Caden Ward making the tackle, but again, Norwell is now down to the 41-yard line.
You're getting a 1st down every 2 plays, and Columbia City is not showing any signs of making any adjustments. Here's the thing, if Columbia City puts another guy in the box, they've shown that they'll roll Riley out and let him decide and make a play. So Columbia City's in a predicament of what do they do? I mean, if you look, they only have 6 guys in the box, really, and there's 6 guys to block them. So
Riley on a keeper this time. Gets a block. That was probably a block in the back by Miles Babcock. And they don't catch it. Yeah, I'm surprised at that because that looked pretty clear from here. 2nd down, in any case, they get 4. So a break for Norwell as they get to the 37.
Another good, successful 1st down play. Makes 2nd down even easier.
Ringer. Not a lot that time, and this time that's the first time we've seen that basically all night. Pushed back and yanked back by Mr. Johnson. Dalen Johnson, that is, the backup linebacker. He gets one. It brings up 3rd and about 4 on the 35-yard line. This is a big 3rd down, obviously, for Columbia City. They only have one timeout left, and they're going to start running out of time, so they have got to get a stop here.
Tell you what I'd look for as I see Eli in the gun. I'd look for the quarterback draw. They've had plenty of success with that. I'd look for that again.
Riley,
there
keeper.
It is.
There's the draw. And he gets the first down the sideline, busted coverage, cuts back, touchdown! 35 yards for Eli Riley.
He is having the game of his life. Wow.
What a game. Columbia City gave up on him because they thought he was just going to scamper out of bounds, and that would have been the safe play. But then he cuts back in, which is actually the smart play to keep the clock moving anyway. And then there was nobody there.
Nope.
Nobody was home on the side. And De Leon can give Norwell an 11-point lead. Eli Riley, 35 yards on the ground. He had a good number of rushing touchdowns coming into the game, and this has been a dual-threat guy all year. They called the draw. You said it, Bo. De Leon boots it through, and Norwell has all but put this thing away, barring a miracle now from Columbia City.
Like you said, I said it. The quarterback draw, it was predictable. Columbia City obviously didn't predict it as they had no answer for it, and Eli Riley capitalizes on it. That's just a great play call by head coach Josh Gerber. And, boy, this Norwell offense is rolling, and it's going to be tough for Columbia City to come back from this 11-point deficit. Well, did you picture this?
No, I didn't picture
Just under
this.
4 minutes left of the fourth quarter, and Norwell up 11. You would have said
Not
I was
after
crazy.
they were down 21.
You would have said I was crazy.
So, that means there's been a, 32-point swing in this game. Norwell down 21, now up 11.
Well, I mentioned in the halftime show that if Norwell wins the 3 out of the 4 quarters, if they would have outscored Columbia City in the next 2 quarters, that they're winning this ball game, and that's what they've done so far. And
well, now Columbia City is going to need a big return or a big play right off the bat because they've only got one timeout, and they're going to probably have to try an onside kick even if they do score. So,
correct.
If they get to a point, technically a field goal would keep them in the game. So, if they get a field goal, it keeps them to an 8-point game. So if they have to settle, it's not the end of the world. Also, Columbia City working with the win here in this fourth quarter. 3:52 to go. De Leon and the Knights really need a good kickoff here, and you've just got to shut down a big return.
You really do, and you got to believe the Norwell defense is going to be in some type of cover 3 or prevent from a big play happening quick. That's what Columbia City needs, and Norwell for sure knows that.
That's a
nice
pretty
kick.
deep ball. Back to the inside the 20. Secured. And still not taken down. Now finally is as he got strung out to the sideline. Abe Barrera, the return man.
Nice job by Hafley there.
Yeah, Blake Hafley making his presence felt on the special teams play.
For sure, wrapping him up and making sure he doesn't go anywhere, just driving him back.
Well, this is now, obviously Columbia City does not have an option to punt at this point, so every situation is 4-down territory. They're on the 29-yard line.
Well, since Columbia City's been up 21, Norwell's outscored them
45-13.
That's crazy.
Play action. Bolt. And is
Picked
it
off!
Picked? It is. That'll seal it.
Guess who?
Isaiah Breggy picks it off for the Knights, and that ends the ball game basically as Breggy comes up with his 4th interception of the season, thwarting any effort Columbia City had of a comeback.
That's right. They only have one timeout.
Yeah.
Brett Fox has used 2 of them. You're right. That's the game. Man, Norwell has fought for this game. They deserve it. Fought through adversity. Rough start, and I tell you what.
Worse than Columbia, or worse than East Noble.
Yeah, and I hope teams look at this and realize never count this Norwell team out. They have just
Well, again, we talked about it. The fact that they didn't really panic when they were down 21, just kind of relaxed, got themselves into a position where they put together a drive.
And sometimes you might feel that panic even as we're calling the game, you kind of feel a panic in the air as Norwell fans getting worried and the game's out of reach and all that, and you see heads go down. I never saw that out of the Norwell sideline. Never felt that in the air. Never. I mean, Norwell always knew, hey, we're in this ball game. You score, make a few key stops, a few big plays. It's exactly what they did. Scoreboard's the result.
So, Ringer got 9 on first down. Second and short here. Knights are not in any hurry. Try to bleed the play clock as far down as they can. A couple first downs will end the ball game here. Columbia City has just one timeout. Riley, Ringer. I don't think he got it. So third and short.
Well, under 2.5 minutes.
Let's talk about next week as Norwell will take on Heritage on Saturday night because Heritage has faced some COVID issues with their football program. That is not, obviously we hope that we knew that was a reality coming into the season. It's basically affected every team in some way or another. Norwell hasn't lost any games to COVID at this point, but it always remains a possibility out there. Ringer gets the first down.
And he's still running.
Yeah, so no problem there as that'll stop the clock for a moment, but Columbia City can only stop it. Yeah, Norwell's never taken on East Noble in the postseason, but that is a possibility next year, depending on how those sectionals are drawn. Norwell could be put up there in Class 4A. Ringer, a couple. Actually, 5. I mean, that's
the thing.
That is kind of always the thing, isn't it? You just always feel like
a couple.
It's a couple yards, and it turns out to be 5 on first down.
Well, you know why? He falls forward. Right. If he doesn't fall forward, it is a couple, but it's 3 yards because he falls forward.
2nd and 5 here as we tick towards 90 seconds.
Don't even think Columbia City's going to use that last timeout. I don't blame them. They know it's over.
So Columbia City's going to finish their regular season 6-3, and still nothing to hang their hats about. I mean, this has been a really nice regular season put together by Columbia City. Even better by Norwell, their best regular season in over a decade since they finished 8-1 in 2009. Riley gets down near the 10. Just clock will stop for a moment. And we'll get the call from our white hat, Brad Prather. But Norwell has won 6 in a row now as they'll finish this game off. And then take on a Heritage team that they beat 35-7 in the regular season. That was a game where Norwell really, definitely their worst non-conference game. They played Jay County in week 1 and kind of struggled with some things in week 2. They had a lot of penalties, and there were some things to clean up, and we talked about it. So there's the penalties on Norwell here, trying to figure out whether Columbia City wants to take it or not. But then, if Norwell is able to win that game, and again, they'll be heavily favored, they'd have Northwestern or Mechaniqua waiting on them in the second round. Mechaniqua 3-3 coming into tonight. Northwestern is winless. So Norwell definitely got on the easy side of the bracket.
I don't know what the issue here is. You either accept it or decline it. You have to accept the result of the final score either way in a minute and 8 seconds. So
I don't know
what they're discussing.
Just pick one.
Let's play the game.
That's all right. It gives us more time to talk about Norwell's sectional game next week, which, again, Norwell will be trying to extend their season. The Knights had a heartbreaking defeat last year in the sectional semifinal against Concordia, rather. It's a hold on Norwell, so they do end up accepting it. But, Bo, that was a heart-wrenching defeat for Norwell in a game that you really felt like they definitely had a chance to win.
You're talking about the Leo game,
the Concordia game.
Okay, yeah, last year. It's just they only lost
got
by
a minute
3.
left. Don't zone out on me yet.
Only lost by 3, and it's
they
had opportunities.
A couple turnovers really killed them.
And they were marching the field even. I think got down to like the 30-yard line, and it was. I mean, they could have easily scored and won that game. But what's going on here?
We have a timeout called by Norwell.
Trying to reach the 10 o'clock mark, I think.
We haven't done that yet this year, so that'd be okay. But it's been a cool night. Norwell, a fitting end to their regular season where they were able to come back and overcome a big deficit. I know it's not senior night, but historically it would be. And the seniors have really showed up here for Norwell in a situation where they're talented underclassmen corners. They faced adversity in that first half. There's no doubt about it. T.J. Bedwell had 3 huge touchdown grabs for Columbia City in that first half, but Norwell was able to fight that off and, again, go back to the same verbiage I used just a minute ago, and that was they didn't really panic, and they just kind of stayed calm and drove. And even after they gave up that back-breaking, what we thought was a back-breaking touchdown over the top close to the end of the first half, they respond by driving and getting a touchdown.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The only 6 points Columbia City has scored in this second half came off of a turnover that's given them a short field to work with. Yeah. Norwell definitely made adjustments at halftime, and it's shown on the scoreboard. They've done a really nice job on defense. Other than the first quarter, they've done a really nice job on defense. And I was really impressed by the adjustments they made, even with backup cornerbacks in the game.
Norwell can take knees, but I think they're going to run it here. They will with Ringer. And still on his feet. And goes down near the 15-yard line. They'll have to – they can't be serious. So Columbia City is going to use their final timeout.
Really?
I guess.
I think they're still in it.
We have definitely made
and
this.
The rain starts to come down.
You got to be kidding me.
It is raining.
Well, that's why you shouldn't be allowed to take a timeout when it's raining. And we're approaching 3 hours. That'll scare away everybody. Yep. Oh, everybody is moving out of here.
Yeah, both sides.
Oh, yeah, the Columbia City fans are done. Ice cold rain here on Friday night. We was just talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
what did I say?
So is it my fault now?
It is. You said no precipitation yet, and look what happens.
It's the first time all year. Wow. We had a little bit of pregame rain in week 2. In fact, that was that Heritage game where it was very humid that night. Norwell went on to win 35-7.
Well, I'm not saying this is on you, but it's on you.
Yeah, well, that's not surprising that you'd say that. So they actually put some time back on the clock.
Oh, my.
They put a couple seconds back on. So now Norwell can run it down to 20 seconds, where then they can run it. So I guess Columbia City has a chance to get it back here. Yeah, but it would be with
all
like
right.
10 seconds left, and they need 11 points. That'd be pretty cool if they could pull off an 11-point play. I'd like to see that. Riley has third down at 6. He comes out of the pistol on third down. And it's a draw. Cuts back. Riley inside the 5, so that timeout meant absolutely nothing, as Norwell will now be able to take a knee if they want. And the Norwell players feel it. The fans feel it. Columbia City fans are out of here. The rain continues to come down. It's not raining that hard, but it is not pleasant out there. As now all Norwell has to do is run one play. Norwell's going to, well, they don't really have to let it run down here because 40-second play clock, but that's what they're doing. So this will be a knee by Eli Riley, and Norwell will complete the 21-point comeback. Norwell trailed 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. It's the second huge comeback the Knights have mounted this year, and they win it 45-34 to cap off an 8-1 regular season, a 6-1 Northeast 8 conference season. Leo wins the conference outright with a big win at DeKalb. But going into sectional, I don't know if there is a better way to build momentum than that right there.
That's a huge
win. You feel like we were talking about it. We said you cannot afford a game like this going into sectional, no matter who you're playing.
Yeah.
You go in because Norwell's been that team, that winless team before, that's gone in and knocked off a big opponent.
Yeah.
And they come back. They didn't hang their heads. Huge comeback win for the Knights tonight.
It really is, and like I said, they've battled. They stayed focused on what needed to get done. They executed. They got the job done. They made the adjustments on defense they needed to make. Their offense just kept rolling from previous weeks. They just haven't looked back, and the success of the Norwell offense is really great to see, especially going into the tournament against the Heritage Patriots, a weaker team. I look for them to just keep on rolling, and obviously Heritage isn't the caliber of Columbia City, so. I'm excited for sectionals next week and the weeks to come as we look for Norwell to make a deep run in this postseason.
So Norwell wins this one 45-34 as they'll take on Heritage next Saturday. Reminder that it's not on Friday night. It's on Saturday at 7 o'clock, same time, here at the Courtyard. Columbia City will travel to East Noble for a 7 o'clock kickoff on Friday night. I hope that you can make it out to the Courtyard. Negotiations ongoing with the Voice, and we're hoping we can get that covered for you. But I'll be out of town and working with other responsibilities that I have, and so that's kind of the way it goes. But with it being on a Saturday, Norwell wins tonight 45-34 to cap off an 8-1 regular season. Thanks for joining us tonight on behalf of Christian Bohada, the entire Wells County Voice crew, along with owners Scott and Dale Mentzer. This is Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast on the Voice Enterprises. Remember, none of this would be possible without the support of our sponsors. Please take time to tell them thank you and to use their services whenever possible. Join us again next time on WellsCountyVoice.com.